Welcome back to the podcast, folks. We have a big one. This is the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast post SummerSlam episode. We got a lot to get into. My name is John.
Cross was right. I mean, my name is Jimmy.
Folks, listen. Where do we even start? We have so much to go over. I went to night 2 of SummerSlam. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all the results. I think first and foremost, we should probably go over the what happened with the Predictions Championship, as people are clamoring. And this is, so correct me if I'm wrong, this is the second time Solo Sikoa has basically won you the title.
This is the second time, I believe, Night of Champions. He's the reason why I won the SCW Championship, and then SummerSlam cage match, Jacob Fatu. Got the job done, won me the title, have me kept the title, retain the title. Going into night 2, you had a 2-match lead.
Yes, correct.
I had gotten Gunther Punk wrong. I had gotten Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn wrong. You were up. You were feeling big. Mm-hmm. You even bought a ticket. You were so
feeling
happy.
Good.
And then I needed 3 outcomes. I needed, like I just said, Solo Sikoa. I needed the man, Becky Lynch. And I needed...
But I also had Becky.
So you had Lyra.
Did I have Lyra?
You had Lyra.
I did have Lyra. You're right.
You did have Lyra. You had the Bird Lady. I needed Becky, Solo, and Naomi. And Naomi, they all got it done, and they all helped me keep the most prestigious wrestling championship of all time. So it was much needed.
Yeah, it was. I think I even you FaceTime me first. I forget what for. I think you just FaceTime me randomly.
Pre-match.
Oh, you're right. Because then you were like, "This is the match." Then I FaceTimed you because I was a little ahead, obviously live, and then I FaceTimed you right before it ended, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, crazy night."
I probably was the biggest person to pop for Solo Sikoa retaining his US title in a cage match, but hey, I love you, Solo.
Yeah, man, I don't even know where to start. Shout out everyone. I streamed night 1, so shout out everyone in my stream for night 1 on my channel. That was crazy. We had a good time, and then I believe you streamed. Did you stream both nights?
I streamed both nights. I was going crazy. Me and you kind of going head to head. Monday Night Wars night 1 a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you blew me out the water, but that's fine. You're a vet. People love you, rightfully so. But then you bestowed upon me, some of your audience for night 2. And we had a ball. And then I appreciate the FaceTime. The chat loved it. That was
really? That's funny.
It was a good time. Yeah.
So shout out. I don't know. This is the 4th time I'm saying this. I don't know where to start because it was such a crazy weekend. I guess we can start. We're gonna go to the matches really really soon, but I guess I will kind of give a rundown on what happened with me, because I think that the title of this episode will probably be I went to Summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's talk about me.
A little bit.
Yeah, of course.
But if you want to hear the real sort of in-depth stories, me meeting all my friends and other content creators, and if you want to hear about how I was with 12 content creators at Times Square till 5 a.m, head over to patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. I am going to get into it and get into a little bit here, but if you want the full details and some places we went and we hit a bar and
and then me being a jealous girlfriend in Boston, kind of looking at my phone why is John out so late with all these content creators? Oh my god, oh man, wow, that's crazy.
So head to patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling to hear the real in-depth details. But the story was, this is kind of what I was saying to everyone all weekend, is Sunday morning. I've been contemplating going. MetLife is depending on traffic, 3.5 to 4.5 hour drive. And I've done the drive. I did the drive to New York City over in the winter. And it was my first time going to New York City, my first time driving to New York City. It wasn't a bad drive. I like long drives. I like drives by myself. I threw on a podcast. I made some phone calls, easy.
With no missed turns, it's about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I did take a missed turn somewhere in Yonkers that they bumped up 20 minutes. But so that morning I was contemplating it, and especially how crazy the ending, which we'll get into, of night 1 was. That was that put me over the edge.
Yes.
Even just wanting to see potentially the last time, and I guess maybe not potentially the last time that CENA will hold a world title. I wanted to see that, and also, admittedly, FOMO hit me. FOMO hit me crazy. I was talking to, for the prior week, I was talking to friend of the show, Alex Lajas, aka Queen of the Ring, and she was also kind of a person that kind of pushed me to go, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And so a lot of it was like, you know, I have a lot of friends in this space who I only know online, and a lot was FOMO, and a lot of it, not even FOMO, just like, you know, wanting to, I guess that's FOMO, being a part of it and meet people.
Plus, there's events around the corner, so like, you know, why not?
I was like, when, like how often does a massive show like this happen within a driving distance? And I'm someone that I don't like travel, I don't like planes, so I was like, this is the only opportunity in a long time to like meet these people.
Yeah, we only live once too.
Yeah,
a little fun fact for you.
So I'm gonna try to get it all in one shoot, but gotta give a huge shout out again to everyone. Well, first of all, shout out everyone that stopped me. I had a couple of people just like, a quick little, just like, hey, love the channel. Took pictures with some people. Was talking to moms. It was great. Some people in line said hi. It was a weird time. Weird, funny, awesome time. It's never lost on me how crazy that is. Like someone like, can I get a picture? And it's not lost on me, and it's crazy every single time. So thank you if you came up and whether you said hi or took a picture or whatever. That was it's always surreal, and I'll never get over it. And then to my fellow content creators there, gotta give a big shout out and a thank you, and I appreciate you too. Again, I'm gonna try to get it on one take. Alex Lajas, aka Queen of the Ring. Calm Man, we all know who Calm Man is. Wheezy Blonde, that was like the main that I linked up with. Met Noelle Foley, super cool. My guy Liam Crowley ran into you. Then we went over to the Vibe House, meeting Brandon, aka BDE, Aaron, Jaron, aka Small Afro, Brent. And then we end up linking up with, I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, but I think his name is actually Sean Mike. I think it's like, his name's like Shawn Michaels.
I did, yeah. I think I saw that on Instagram. I'm like, oh, wait. His name's Shawn Michaels?
I didn't know his last name was Michael. It was like spelled different. And the Haroon twins we're in Times Square with. And God willing, that's it. And I didn't leave anyone out. But I think that's it. But so Alex I've met before, but everyone else I listed, that was my first time meeting them. Like my first time meeting,
of content
it was
creators.
crazy. I mean, like that photo of us sitting on the stoop got posted like 5 times.
Yeah,
like 5 different
stoop
times.
kids.
It was crazy.
Small Fro, I have a bone to pick with him.
What do you do?
He had a video recently. He did Royal Rumble 2K25 of all content creators.
Oh yeah,
he left out Stache Club. He mentioned in the video why. I don't think people made us in the game in the community creations, but still,
I think we were in there. Like I think we were in there not as us, but I think I was in there.
That was
representing...
last year's.
Oh,
that was last year's. Yep.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
I watched it. I'm like, oh wait, is there a chance Jimmy from the Q might make this? He didn't mention like, last year, I did teams for Stache Club. He mentioned Stache Club.
Oh, okay, so I was like, hey.
But I would have loved to have been in the Rumble. You know?
I think you just sound like that. You think you had a good shot of winning it. So you're like, I wanted to win it.
Oh yeah.
Well, next time. But I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't deliberate. Shout out you. Yeah, I chatted with him like all night. He was super cool to chat with.
I love their content. Hell yeah.
Yeah, everyone's killing it, and it was crazy. We'll move on to the matches, but like it was just cool to like talk shop and pick everyone's brain and just like, I was telling you off camera, people were like, shout out Jimmy, and like, your name was getting tossed around and stuff. So like, if it makes you feel any better about being forgotten. But yeah, man, it was a unforgettable weekend. And like, again, to be honest with you, I mainly went for that experience to like see friends and meet people. And then of course, like I wouldn't give up seeing that Cody CENA match live, like the world. But
thank God you didn't.
I'll tell you, like my seat wasn't the best. So it's like, it's not like I went with, and I had like a good seat. Like and not to sound like, whatever about it, but like I was on the floor and I was like way fucking back. Like I couldn't see that. I was watching the screen the whole time, which is fine. I'm there for the atmosphere and whatever. Point being is, again, to reiterate, like my favorite part and like the thing that like pushed me the most was, even surprisingly, and it's crazy to say, like less of the actual event, because I knew that I wasn't, it's not like I was gonna have the best ticket or whatever, but like I just wanted to go and be there for like the atmosphere, meet my friends, and then seeing Cena Cody was like the biggest cherry you can possibly imagine on top of what was already like a very, very, very cool Sunday. But yeah, all right, we can get into the actual show, but I'm sure when we kind of touch on night 2, I'm gonna kind of be able to give my, live being in their person side of things as we kind of talk. But I think we should probably, speaking of events and whatnot, we're talking about the main event. We're gonna talk about night 2, and we're kind of this is gonna be a free balling episode. I'll tell you that. Like I said, we were out until 5 in the morning at Times Square. Got back to my hotel at like 5:30. Got 3 hours of sleep. I was running on 3 hours of sleep yesterday. Didn't stream Raw. Got back, had to drive 4.5 hours. I was running on fumes yesterday. So this is a chill episode. We are just going to be chatting. We might be bouncing around a little bit, but it's all good. We are going to just go to John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at night 2. And it was a fucking match. I want to go like beat for beat. I want to start out.
We can't. We have to slow our brakes a little down. SmackDown. John Cena turned face.
Oh, yeah, we do have to like.
What the hell?
So we'll kind of all. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, geez, we do have to talk
Just
about
like that.
Yeah, it's
like that.
Yeah, it's all encompassing. I like the move. I think it was smart. It seems like a real business decision. I was like, obviously, this is kind of talks. We haven't had a podcast since that happens. Like before Mania, obviously there was kind of discussions, and even in my brain of like, is he legit? Is he pulling our leg again? Is he pulling like what he did at the contract signing when he was just kind of? I thought for sure too.
Yeah.
And then it's also the conversation of, is Cody turning heel?
Yes.
And like, we're gonna kind of get into that as we talk about the match. But yeah, it seems like, to me, it seems like, they definitely had plans for The Rock and probably Travis Scott and whatever. And Cena even said it of like, in kayfabe, he kind of said it, that kind of hinted at some stuff maybe outside of kayfabe of like, I align myself with these people. Basically The Rock didn't show up. Travis Scott never showed up, dropped the ball on whatever this was going to be.
Made for good TV, right?
He said that he wanted to
fourth wall breaking.
He wanted to hitch his wagon that was going to make for shocking TV, and they did it.
Yeah,
they did make shocking TV.
Great turn.
But you're right. It was a little bit of a fourth wall breaking, where it's like, to me, it came off as Cena almost being like, I don't know if you want to use the term like regretful, but a little maybe remorseful that he maybe signed on for the quick pop and for the headline and for the moment in the TV, and then that moment that he signed on for to get that big crazy moment ended up not paying off for the weeks or the months to follow. And yeah, it seemed like they just went, creative. Just kind of seemed like, hey, this heel turn isn't working. We don't have the pieces anymore. We have been playing on this story that it seems like Cena's been like not trusting himself. Like for the past couple matches, whether it's expressions on his face or looking at the crowd, like there's been that story building to like him regretting the heel turn,
him looking at the title before using it,
right,
kind of thinking about stuff.
It seemed like they just really went like, fuck it, let's just do it now. Let's just do it now. Let's kind of save this so we can pivot it and whatever. And the promo, like, genuinely, I haven't watched it back, but like it's one of my favorite wrestling promos now because it's so fucking weird. It's so weird, and it's so. And he nails it for how like that shouldn't have worked. It should not have worked, and he goes out there and he kills it.
Yeah. It's definitely something I have to rewatch because the whole time I'm experiencing it, getting hyped, but also being in the back of my mind like, oh, Johnny boy, you're not gonna fool me. You're gonna take Cody to Dick Kick City tomorrow. I'm not silly. I'm not dumb. This ain't my first rodeo. But then with how much conviction and how much oomph and how theatrical that was, and he got the crowd right back into it.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that it was legit.
So emotional and just like the champ is here. If you want some, come get some. It was crazy.
And then Cody grabbing some beers, some real American beers, which I thought was kind of like interesting. Hogan heel turn. I don't know the symbolism that made me kind of think more so. Oh, Cody's turn in the next. Even just like
Sunday. He was pretty his stoicism, almost like him being like. His little Cody half smile and his calm demeanor, him just walking out and giving him the spotlight.
And in fact, they got one leg up and like, okay, yeah, Cena's now face now going into this match. That kind of makes you go, oh, so now for sure, a lot of people were definitely banking on Cody going to the dark side. Either, you know, will there be aligning with the final boss or just getting, you know, massive heat in match and kind of killing everyone's childhood hero? No, that match, 5-star classic.
Yeah, so let's. I want to get into the match because I'm glad you brought that up because it all plays into it that we haven't even talked about.
I can't believe it.
So yeah, Cena now going in face. People are not sure what to believe or what not to believe. Cody's. When I tell you we're going beat for beat, Cody's entrance. Cody was getting booed out of the building.
Really?
Booed out of the building.
It's so because it's tough on TV because of, you know, one, it's in this giant stadium arena, open roof, whatever, and of course they want to control the sound anyway.
Sure.
So I didn't.
I got some. Once we get to different matches, I got some discussions about the crowd to be had.
The Dusty entrance, they had the AI Dusty voice, which
was it? Is that what I didn't really know?
Yeah.
So I do want to watch it back because every time I go to a live event, I try to watch back on TV. I have not watched Night 2 back on TV yet. But I didn't clock because I saw the graphics and I liked the graphics, I liked the writing. Didn't clock that it was like an AI Dusty voice.
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. And was it like a made up promo then?
I believe so, or they just I believe it was AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? So I assumed it was just like a real promo he did, but it was fake. I don't know. Is it confirmed it's AI?
Maybe we should confirm. But
yeah, I don't know.
I did read up on it because I watched it on a stream live, and then people were saying, "Oh, that's AI" or whatever. But
oh no, it's a real promo.
Real promo?
Yeah,
Oh.
Dusty Rhodes' "The View Never Changed" promo that used during Cody's entrance.
Okay.
Look at you trying to start rumors.
Fake news,
rumors.
Jimmy, trying to put down Cody. That's on me. That's on me.
Which I'm glad. Thank God it wasn't AI. Because so that because when you were saying that, I was like real disappointed. But thank God that was a real promo.
Yeah. Cut that.
Anyway, that shit rocked. Cody comes out, and obviously, like his theme song is his theme song, so he's getting cheers for the theme song.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, and this is an exaggeration, but it seemed like almost every other person had a John Cena t-shirt.
Yes.
I've never seen so many kids with the full armbands, and like even like adults, like, you know, with the full. I know you were in your Cena fit.
Yeah.
A lot of adults in the same fit that I saw. So it's like that. Even if you, and I think this is part of why they probably turned him face, because they're not stupid. They know, like, hey, if we bring him back in this stadium. It's in New York, sure, but we are in the Northeast. So even anywhere he's gonna get cheers,
even as a heel, people still bought all the garb. Go back to the John Cena kid months ago.
He's gonna be a heel
loved.
And get cheered out the building. So might as well lean into it,
Yeah.
which I think is what the decision they made was. But yeah, Cody was getting booed.
Oh,
dude.
that hurts
It
my
was
heart.
crazy, and people around me are also kind of like, you know, we're all like, hey, I get we all want Cena to win, but like we're like, you know, everyone's kind of like, Cody's that guy. Like,
Cody's
you know,
still
like
cool.
I was cheering Cody.
Yeah, that's a problem you run into sometimes in babyface first babyface. So It's like John Cena is the most beloved babyface ever. He's leaving us soon.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one on earth that can go against John Cena right now, especially now with the newly face turn, that would be cheered or not booed against John Cena. So kind of feel bad for Cody in that aspect, which then kind of goes to like, then why not just turn him heel if he's going to win? But obviously what happened afterwards will lead into that. But
then we have John Cena's music hitting, and we got like the black and white, whatever. When I tell you, dude, when that fucking beat dropped and those the Titantron switched, the arena lost their fucking mind.
I'm getting chills.
I'm getting chills. I haven't. This is my first time like processing that night. Like, I've been go since I got home. Like I was on no sleep. So this is actually like my first time like talking it out and doing the beats. Like I'm just as well getting, you know, like reliving it and getting chills with you.
I can only imagine being there and then remembering the goosebumps you get from that. That's like, that's a whole nother level.
When that shit fucking changed. Oh my God. Like that was the moment of like sure, we had like the face turn on SmackDown and whatever, but that Titantron switching to his actual Titantron was the solidifying moment of like, oh, we're getting him. We're getting John Cena. Comes out, just, you know, biggest reaction in the world from Cody's entrance all the way. We're gonna talk about what happened at the end, you know, once we kind of get through the match. From Cody's entrance to everyone leaving the stadium, not one person sat down.
Yeah.
Standing up the entire time for the whole, and that was a long match.
It was.
Standing up for the whole match. So yeah, kind of getting into the match, we can kind of just like spit out some spots we remember. AA through the announce table, which so this like, it seems like the story here, what you want to call it, I don't know, story or not. The WrestleMania 41 match left a lot to be desired, right?
Oh, big time.
It seems like these two had a chip on their shoulder. They went out there, and I think a lot of people were thinking like, oh, the reason it's a street fight is kind of like help them a little bit. And okay, like them having a straight up match didn't really work out. Let's have like shenanigans, and that like did them being out in the crowd and using weapons like did help. But even if this wasn't a street fight, like this would have delivered just as much. Like they went out there and had a fucking match. It was unreal. And like again, I know I was there live whenever, like genuinely like one of the best matches I've ever been live for. AA through the announce table, them whacking each other with chairs, the first little lightsaber dual chair shot. They went out.
Cena going, you can't see me to Halliburton, use the crutches.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
Yep. Them going out into the crowd was nuts. It's one of my favorite moments in wrestling, I think now, where they went, they went all around the arena, then they went like under the stage, and Cena coming out from under the stage with him on his shoulder was the crazy.
But he had the John Cena heel turn face though when he came up. He looked like a scary mofo.
He looked like a Terminator. It was and then like he hit him with the AA, carried him back down to the ring. Like this guy, so like I don't know. I mean, there's so much other spots in this match that were crazy.
John Cena is such a slut to get hit with a pile driver.
Oh my God, he did get hit with a pile driver.
He loves getting hit with the pile driver, even though it's a banned move in the WWE. But I'm a sucker for it, and like it's honestly so protected now. Where I do see it, I'm like, oh my God. And definitely thought maybe Cody could have ended it there, but didn't. But yeah,
Cena hit a Canadian destroyer.
Oh, that was nuts. That was nuts. Cena destroyer.
Cena. Oh, that they're calling it.
No,
Cena.
I called it that.
Okay.
No. So then someone said no, that was a pop rocks, but I'm like, it's kind of the same.
That was a pop, right? In a sense, it's like basically the same move. What else? Cody taking off like the ring ropes and loosening the turnbuckle. STF with the shit choked around, whatever.
Oh, I immediately just started screaming, "Oh, Umaga last man standing match for almost 207." I'm a sucker for John Cena. I love John Cena so much.
Like
so good.
He went out there and he was like, I don't care if I break every bone in my body. I'm gonna give these people the match they should have got at WrestleMania.
The how good this match was almost just like an apology towards what happened at 41.
Right, that's what I mean.
The lack thereof of a payoff for the heel turn, because again, turning face right before the go home SummerSlam is like bananas, to the point where people are like, oh, I kind of don't believe him, but go back. I have to go back and watch that promo again and completely understand that John Cena's back. My boy's back, because the whole match I'm kind of like, I don't really believe you.
Big time.
I don't really believe you, but our boy's back.
Cody grabbed the belts. Was gonna like hit him with the belt. There's a moment where I think it was very towards the end where like Cena grabbed the belt and he like tossed it away. He's like, I don't need it.
I don't need that. Yeah, that made me think he was retaining. That made me think we're getting Super Cena.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I'm a good guy and I'm gonna do it the old fashioned way and put him down for the 3-second tan. Like
one of my favorite parts of the match too, and kind of being there live was, and this is after, there were Cody cutters kicked out of, there were AAs kicked out of. Like we were getting these guys in their final form. The crowd started chanting Super Cena.
Yeah.
But what I loved about it is this was like, back in, I don't know, what was Super Cena, 2012, 2013, something like that?
I would say it's mostly his first run, 06 to 2013. Honestly, just John Cena is just Super Cena to me. Like, I don't know. It's just like, but yeah.
But when it used to get chanted for years, it was used as a derogatory term, like Super Cena, whatever.
This was endearing.
It was an endearing Super Cena. It was like they embraced the Super Cena and they were cheering for him because they wanted him to be Super Cena. They wanted him to. It was magic. What else did we get? I thought someone was getting busted open, but no blood. There was this. It's kind of a side note, but there was this kid in front of me, sitting in the row in front of me, young kid, fully decked out in Cena gear, losing his mind. He's standing on his chair the whole time, and So at this point, like I've made friends around me, so we're all kind of chatting and giving our 2 cents, like whatever. And this kid kind of keeps on. He's like talking with like all of us, whatever. And he's, as a kid, he's keeping up with all the wrestling bullshit that we're all talking about. And he says something that made me crack up. He goes, oh, when CENA gets when CENA gets taken out and gets hit with a finisher, he goes, CENA lays down for a long time. When Cody gets hit with a finisher, Cody seems to pop right back up. And I started cracking up, and I go, kid, listen, you're gonna have a wrestling podcast when you grow up, because he just kept on chirping stuff that was just like, I wish I had more examples. It's just like a very funny thing for a kid to just be like, Cody gets up awfully fast after a finish.
He's too young to be a smart fan.
He was like already being that, and he wasn't doing it like it wasn't like he was trying to be. That's like how it was. Like I could tell it was like his genuine. Yeah. It's not like he was like on Twitter like regurgitating shit.
Absolutely.
So it was very funny to hear this kid. Like I told him to. I was like, you're gonna have a podcast. He didn't really know what I was talking about, but he was a riot.
Oh, and then I don't think we'll ever see this. I know CENA probably has 3 or 4 matches left. I don't think we'll see it again. The John Cena top rope leg drop.
So good.
Oh, I love it. I'm a sucker for it. Did he break his own neck doing that move, or did he break Batista's neck? Something along those lines. I think he broke his own neck doing that move. But like,
oh, interesting.
He busted that out in this match, and I lost my mind.
Oh yeah. And like God, that man. Wow, how was like 50 something? Whatever how old he is. Jesus Christ. Close. I don't know what else. I guess we can just kind of get to the ending. I mean, AA's Crossroads,
spamming finishers, but it was glorious. Every near
they like 4 times they had me, and then finally, and so what are the so we something we haven't really talked about too much is during the match. Cena obviously super over, babyface moves. Cody, especially with like the loosen of the turnbuckle and using the turnbuckle as a weapon multiple times.
Yeah.
Awfully heelish tactics. Very heelish tactics.
I mean, I get it in. It's a street fight. No rules, but there's certain things you do. Something tells me like the turnbuckle pipe thing, whatever, steel thing, like that's a very vicious thing to use, and something that like Cody Rhodes, I don't know, man, you're the American Nightmare. All the kids love you. You're QB1. That's very not QB1 behavior. But again, he didn't flinch. He had to do this.
Flinch. And I'm curious how it came off on TV or how commentary was selling it. But like to me, it was like, contemplating like, oh, am I gonna go bad guy? Like, am I gonna do it? And he did hit him with he didn't flinch. He did hit him with with everything. I thought we were getting full like heel. I don't know. How do you feel? And again, like it might have came across, or they might be telling the story different on TV. I don't really know, but I was kind of disappointed that they didn't fully lean into the heel turn. Like from watching it, it seemed like they were leading up, and they just didn't do that moment where I could see that they were committing to like, oh, now we have like they didn't do a turn to me. To me, there wasn't a turn in that match.
Definitely not.
But a lot of Cody's mannerisms and the way he acted and a lot of his moves and were very heelish, and they could have done the turn, and they didn't do it. What are your thoughts on them maybe tiptoeing into bad guy Cody and seemingly not doing it? And we'll kind of get into, we'll kind of get into the finish, because obviously
that plays into it.
Can you remind me, what was the exact finish? As someone who was like losing their mind.
It was like the kind of wonky Cody cutter on into the table.
The fucking table.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was a little messy, but also just like, whoa, what the hell? That's crazy.
Because Cody hung on for 2 crossroads.
Yes.
Was it 3 crossroads? I think it was 2.
Before that, I believe. And then that Cody cutter spot, and then which then led up to the whole Cena kind of on the ropes, and then the salute.
Okay, I'm glad.
I'm sorry, yes, I love
that
you.
Was yep. Which was in like my fucking reaction. He's in the ropes or whatever, and like that was like kind of not. And that was like the heel thing. But like how heelish, and like I get like on one side.
I kind of disagree, because I think that was meant to kind of showcase Cody's emotion and the fact that he did kind of in his face, he did have like some remorse. Like,
Yeah.
like so that kind of played into, I think, Cody being remorseful, kind of recognizing that, this is my GOAT. This is the most beloved wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
I got to take you out, though. It was the Shawn Michaels, I'm sorry, I love you spot.
Yes.
It was.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because I think, like, it came off without having commentary or, like, a real zoomed in on, like, faces and whatever. So it came off on two. Like, I didn't know how to read it, because I didn't know how to read it as if, like, it was, like, fucking putting Old Yeller to rest, or if it was, like, Cody doing like an ode to like, that was the passing of the torch, which is how it read to me. I was like, that was the passing of the torch moment. That was Cody, like, in a sense, also putting down Old Yeller of just like, saluting him. Like you said, the best way to describe it, like you said, is the "I'm sorry, I love you" moment. And then picked him up, and what was it? A crossroad? How do you finish him?
One crossroads,
one crossroads to finish him. 1, 2, 3. I posted my reaction. Lost my fucking mind. Not to say I was shocked necessarily. I think both outcomes, I think, were both like this was the most unpredictable match, especially now that him turning face. I had no idea who was going to win. I would have been shocked either way. My reaction would have been the same if Cena or Cody won.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, here's the thing. As a high-ranking official of Cody FC, and someone that's been toting, this double turn's happening at SummerSlam since Night of Champions, I've been saying that, and I was wrong. But as a huge fan of Cody, I gotta say, I actually thought this was so well done.
God, it was good.
And I think too, while yes, Cody did not officially turn heel, I think there's way too much meat on the bone for him to still be QB1, to still be the champion, to still be the good guy. Although he added, I think, improved to a lot of maybe his naysayers, those folks that kind of maybe got getting some Cody fatigue, perhaps. Kind of like, wow, this guy's kind of a tweener, kind of a guy that will show aggression, that will show that no one's going to take his ball unless you kind of go up and try to grab it. But he's now just as quick to then put you down on the ground and do by any means necessary to win as a fighting vicious champion. Given though, I think we could be on a road eventually to get there to a full heel turn. And that's the thing too. It was such a conflicting thing because Cena has turned face so suddenly. So here I am, high-ranking member of Cody FC, and then I'm on stream and I'm like, I gotta put my John Cena shit on right now. I can't. And then my such a conflicting reaction for me for when then Cody then hit that salute, hit the crossroads, and wins the title. I'm obviously ecstatic that Cody has now gotten the title again and has completed this story. But at the same time, it kind of all hit me that this is the end of John Cena as WWE champion, and this is probably is his last SummerSlam. And the conflict, wrestling's so beautiful because the conflicting emotion of like, yes, my guy won, but also like, oh my God, time eventually gets us all. This is so sad. I love John Cena. Here I am tearing up in my John Cena shirt, in my John Cena hat, in front of a bunch of people that are watching me on stream. So it was, oh man, what a moment! What a what a match! 5 stars.
Yeah, So in the moment, I was pretty confused in terms of, like, not confused. Like I had the same thoughts as a lot of people did and thought, seems like you did it with like the heel stuff, especially with him winning, whatever. And then, I was kind of like, oh, like I wonder, they didn't really go full in. I was like, when the match ended, I was like, is he heel? Is he not? And I was, kind of going back and forth, like they should have pulled the trigger. But then to close the match, them raising each other's arms up, them hugging, I instantly went, no, he can't be a heel. I was like, no, he is. That's the fucking QB1. That's the fucking captain.
Yeah, he's the man.
So that's like, as much as I was like, they should do. And I still think there is like story to tell and stuff that you can do, eventually turning Cody heel and doing a heel, wrong way. But like after that match and after the reception they got, the hugs, the passing of the torch.
Here's the thing, because Cody's had the torch for a while now. I don't think it was passing of the torch. It was more so like acknowledging that you are that guy, pal. Because the passing of the torch is tough, because Cena hasn't been around for years. Cody's been doing this for a while.
I think I'm just kind of using that term. I think a more accurate way would be to Cena acknowledging that Cody holds the torch. Because I don't think, Cody, you're right, because Cody has had the torch.
He's the man, yeah. He's been the man.
But I do think there was something to be said of like, that was like the final moment of like, because you're right, Cena hasn't been there for a while. It's not like Cena was holding the torch the whole time. Cody's been there. But I do think it was a little bit of acknowledging of like, okay.
Hell yeah.
Or like moving on, which like granted Cody is like 40 years old, but like
true.
But like, it almost signifies the end of, right now, like Orton is the last of that generation.
Yeah.
Well,
of course, the guy that came back. Bro.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah. But in a sense, like that, I guess he is one of the biggest exit of that generation. Which to your point, kind of at the again, we'll still talk about what happened at the end. But are you surprised that this match happened now in August when we still have until December and we still have the final match? Because a lot of the conversations I was having with fellow content creators throughout our night, we're kind of talking about Cena winning and we were talking. Someone raised the question of who do you think Cena's final opponent is going to be? And for the longest time, I was like, it's going to be Cody. Whether they do like, now they are 1-1.
Yeah.
Say the same thing for The Rock. Cody, Cena and The Rock. Cena and The Rock are 1-1.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, I still think it could be Cody. But after this match, I don't know if it's going to be Cody. I don't know if it needs to be Cody. But other than that, I don't know who it could be. But now Cena doesn't even have the title.
Right.
So are they going to do another title match? Is Cena just going to go on, which seemingly he's going to go on and do non-title feuds? But
I think they're going to stay on the theme of the ghosts of Cena's past, like as they've been doing. I agree. So don't be shocked if you see some like older heads come back and get a few in.
I think, and this isn't me like being like negative or being like they should have done this, whatever. We were all collectively we were all kind of like, this could have been the retirement match. Like if John Cena retired that night in that moment.
Kind of beautiful.
That would have been perfect. Yeah. If that was in December, so it's like it was kind of crazy to have that moment with Cody, have him lose the title, and that wasn't the retirement. Like if they just ended the night, which they didn't, if they just ended the night with Cena reflecting him, he lingered in the ring, final shot of him like at the ramp and and like that final look, that being his retirement would have been beautiful. And again,
perfect.
I'm not coming from a way
storybook.
I'm not saying they should have done that, but it is surprising we got this with so much time left. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And like you said, I think it was good enough to end the show, and I think it was definitely. I also think it was probably good enough to end Cena's career. But I guess we have a few more. Here's the thing. Also don't throw out the whole Cena Cody 3 just for hey, who's never seen 17?
I was gonna say, let's get
the elite.
Does he win the title back? Does he win the title back?
Who's to say? Who's to say? And that's the thing too. Cena. Especially now that he's broken the record, he don't need the title no more. So So it's not the end of the world for him to these last few matches, whomever it's against.
And I did see there was a quote that like Triple H said about like a lot of this retirement tour stuff and Ghost of Cena's past is like Cena's picks. And Triple H did say like, it is whoever Cena lists, whoever Cena says, and we're going to try the best to get these by any means necessary. And not to go on like a whole different left turn here. Yeah. But, that to me, that hints at like, is there an opportunity to get Edge?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Who knows what the contract is? Who knows if maybe this could be of anything to open that forbidden door? Could it be John Cena to maybe mend some kind of potential working relationship with an AEW to borrow Adam Copeland for one last match, maybe, and then maybe send one of the other guys over to AEW.
Trade.
Maybe we'll do a little My GM Bros trade. Why not?
So all right, we'll get into what
I have one unfair.
Oh no, go ahead.
I have
go ahead.
one unfair question for you.
Okay, unfair question.
Oh yeah, very unfair question. So a lot of people are saying this is one of John Cena's best match, maybe John Cena's best match ever.
Okay.
But no one's talking about where this ranks for Cody's matches. And I think you think of Cody Rhodes, maybe 3, 4, 5 matches to think his greatest matches. You were in attendance for one of those matches already, WrestleMania 40.
Yep.
Where do you rank WrestleMania 40 main event to this?
So 2 of my other favorite Cody matches is
39.
Cody versus Dustin Rhodes all out.
Hell yes.
If we're talking AEW.
No, I was just Cody's matches. Yeah, no,
Cody,
for sure.
Cody versus Dustin. And I also really loved Cody versus Sammy Guevara in the title match. But also, WrestleMania 40 was insane. I would have to go back and look at 39. I don't remember that match as much. I don't know, like what's the consensus that like in ring wise, or people say like 39 is better than 40
I think
or what?
in ring wise, because in ring wise, 39 was better. There was less shenanigans. 40, of course, the ending of that ending was bananas.
Right.
And kind of less about Cody in that aspect of that just the ending of how many legends were used, but still a fantastic match nonetheless. I was more curious of like where you'd rank this match in terms of Cody's best matches.
I think top 5 easy.
Yeah.
I would have to. Like I said, I want to watch back Night 2 on TV. But I don't think it's if someone were to tell me that it's his best match, I don't think that's crazy.
Because some people are saying this is John Cena's best match ever, which I'm like, whoa, that's like maybe prisoner of the moment, definitely, but also
I think there's a conversation we had.
I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah, it's a conversation we had. No, I think it's probably up there for Cody. I can't say anything super definitive. I do think that Dustin Rhodes versus Cody match is hard to beat, as well as like my bias being there at 40, and also my bias being there at SummerSlam for this.
I'm still actually trying to weigh just this year alone because I really enjoyed Cody versus Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, that's a good one too.
So like,
it's a good point.
I think this match did beat that slightly.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think I think top 3 isn't crazy, and I'm more than willing to hear the conversation of it's his best.
Maybe a rewatch for the Patreon.
Yeah, honestly, there is a match I actually do.
Oh,
need
and
to
then
rewatch.
too, when they're in the crowd, I'm like, oh, where the hell's John?
I was like, are they coming my way? Are they coming my way?
Were they close at all? No,
not really.
No.
They like if they took a right turn instead of a left, but they took a left and started heading to the stage. And we're like, ah.
You had the iconic John Cena shirt on, so you just be like,
I know. But okay, we'll get to what happened at the end. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to approach this. Obviously, dicey. There's so much more to talk about too. Where like we're not gonna spend too much time on it. I don't want to talk about it too much. But so at the end of the night, and I'll kind of give you my in person again perspective. End of the night, people are exiting. You know, Cena's doing his, which obviously, if Cena's saying his goodbye in the ring, you're leaving, crazy.
Banana Land.
So he's doing his goodbyes and and Brock Lesnar's music hits. The place erupted. And I have my stance and take of things, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that, you know, being there in person, hearing that Brock, and I now I'm starting to see like it was rumored and when I tell you, I didn't hear a shred of a whisper that there was. I didn't see reports, and usually sometimes it's like, oh, Brock Lesnar spotted in downtown. You know what I mean?
Every PLE is almost a meme. People post the entrance music on Twitter, like, oh, what are you gonna do when this music hits? And it became a meme at this point. It's like, dude, he's never coming back.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were expecting The Rock. I also was expecting The Rock. And a lot of people once like the dust settled, there was a lot of people kind of being like, I was kind of hoping for The Rock instead, like The Rock, Actually, I have a funny, an interesting tangent about a buddy of mine. That's really interesting. But we'll finish this first. And so anyway, Brock's music hits, and they again like as to other reactions and the crowd. Like I was like, holy shit! Like I was yelling, I was screaming, like, oh my god! Like no, like I couldn't think of anything more there's a multitude of reasons why it was shocking that he was there. Absolutely crazy. Brock Lesnar comes out. Hits Cena with an F5 that seems to, again, go on to the ghost of Cena's past. That seems to be like the feud heading into, I'd imagine, Clash in Paris or Clash at Paris, whatever it's called. But yeah, Brock is back. And then, once the dust kind of settled and once, the instant pop of hearing his music and whatever, then there is a moment, and a lot of people around me kind of the same moment where you are kind of settling in of like, oh, Brock's back. Oh, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much. It's a sensitive issue. It's not a political issue, despite how many people think it is. It's not. It's dicey. It's obviously. We'll just fucking say it. He was named 44 times in the Janelle Grant lawsuit. This is a TKO company now. Again, in the moments, and this is to a lot of creators post their reactions and whatever, like when you're in the moment with what they tout 13,000 people screaming their heads off, like you're gonna scream your head off. I was a kid again when I was watching. I posted my reaction of Cody Rhodes losing. I was a fucking kid again. So obviously when you hear that Brock Lesnar music, and again, it was so unexpected. But yeah, I don't know. I'll keep giving my 2 cents of talking about it. I've talked for a little bit. I'm kind of curious to what you hear or what your thoughts. Obviously, I don't know. If I keep going, I'll just keep talking in circles. So
I hear that.
You know what I mean?
My reaction, I went nuts. I went bananas. I did not expect this guy to come back at all. I collectively lost my ish. I clotheslined my couch cushions. I almost tore my John Cena shirt off.
I'm not gonna tear it.
I'm not gonna tear it. I was like 5 or 6 drinks deep in, so obviously that also added to the excitement, the adrenaline rush to hear the guy's music that again never thought I would ever see WWE ever again. And yeah, it was just absolutely shocking, and it's tough. I understand
it's really tough.
The allegations are very serious, and again, I could be silly and I could end up having pie on my face, but with WWE bringing him back, at least for this instance in this lawsuit, seemingly Brock has been cleared, and it doesn't change the fact that he's been named 44 times in that lawsuit. I'm not going to sit here and pout my chest and get defensive because I understand the seriousness of sexual assault, the sex trafficking, whatever. Yes. Here's the thing. Brock's back. He went through WWE clearance, and I think it's unfair for other people then start trashing other people for having excitement for a wrestler character on screen, given the fact that it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. He hasn't been proven guilty of anything. He's not a defendant in the case. And again, I feel nasty kind of even saying these words because again, it's like, oh, why are you defending that? I'm not necessarily defending that, but I just want to say anyone that is negatively affected by Brock's return is uncomfortable with it. My heart goes out to you. But also, I don't think me myself included, because again, I had a very positive reaction to Brock's coming back, mostly because of like, oh my god, the shocking moment. I'm watching a wrestling show, whatever. I don't think folks should be throwing out crazy insults to other folks. Listen to that. I mean, online discourse is forever going to be messy, but it's shocking. Given, hopefully I don't get strike down for this, but like I'm trusting WWE and trusting.
So that's okay. That's my pushback. Is I think the and we were kind of talking about this off pod a little bit too, where it's like and you even brought up examples like UFC MMA stuff, where it's like I don't think WWE putting him on TV means anything in terms of quote unquote like clearing or whatever. And like, yes, you are right. Like he isn't being sued. He isn't. And
another point too, like they did like erase the guy's legacy for 2 years, refused to talk about him, kept him out of the video games just for precautionary allegations. Clearly they must know something that is going to be enough for
see, I disagree. Really? I think that's bullshit. Wow. I think they're bringing him back regardless. I think it's kind of similar to what CENA was talking about, where they disregarded everything. And this is obviously a CENA. I'm not trying to relate a CENA heel turn to sexual assault allegations, but which is just an insane sentence. But WWE wants that moment, wants that pop. To me, I don't think WWE gives a shit. WWE is doing what is going to get the most numbers on TV, on social media, and what is that? That is the shocking return of Brock Lesnar. And again, I'm not going to, and I hope I'm not coming across that way, I'm not going to act like I'm an expert on the case. I've read a good amount of different things. I'm not going to act like I'm an expert of WWE legal, but I don't think that we can. I think leaning so much on like I trust WWE and like, oh, if WWE team's legal cleared him, then like all is in the good. I think that's a very dangerous and too lenient and almost a cop out way of looking at it. You know what I mean? That's just my 2 cents on it. Like I don't think WWE's legal team should be the benchmark to what is okay and not okay.
Yeah, I don't think
you know what I mean.
I'm more so thinking not even for a moral compass standpoint. More so, they have sponsors. What they care about is the bottom dollar, brother. And if they were to have any inkling that bringing Brock back would, as a guilty person, because they refused to talk about him for the last 2 years. It kept him out of
Which
video
is
games.
even more shocking of why he's back.
Right. And then why was he gone? And then people that might not know as much as we do or about the case, like they're going to end up seeing all this backlash and seeing why he was off TV for a bit. And it's kind of, trust me, it is jarring that they brought him back. For one, because they kind of don't need him. To be honest with you, that ending of SummerSlam was glorious. They have plenty of stars. There's plenty of people on TV that deserve to be on TV. I kind of don't get it, but at the end of the day, it did create a crazy viral sensation reaction. He seemingly is innocent until proven guilty, which I do believe that at the end of the day. But I also am sympathetic to people that are convinced that he is guilty of all these things that he's being accused of, and of course people also bringing back old behaviors that are also terrible and awful.
Yeah, I've seen some earlier interviews pop up.
And also some stuff he admitted to in his book and stuff like that. But then it gets to a point now where it's like you're throwing stones while living in a glass house in terms of, okay, here's the thing, there's so much baggage with all these guys in pro wrestling industry, so it's a tough thing to be. And that's the thing too, I brought up to you off camera about the fact of it's being a TKO company, this and that, and UFC, there's been plenty of guys that they brought into the UFC that have terrible criminal records. I'm a Dallas Cowboy tortured fan, and it's almost like a meme at this point for Jerry Jones of bringing a guy with an extensive criminal record. But am I going to stop being a fan of the team because of that? In some aspects, for certain people, that does happen. But at the end of the day, it's I can't let other people's stuff ruin what's something I enjoy. And at the point too, if you're someone that is so disgusted by this and you might have to take a break from WWE, I've seen people have that take, and it's understandable, and I get it. I just don't think I personally should be persecuted and I definitely should be questioned. If I am, I'm not saying I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan and I support him, but at the same time, go look at my reaction. I'm obviously very excited with this and that. It's wrestling, it's a TV show, but it's dicey.
I just wish I wish things were a little more clear before they did this.
Yeah.
I wish. Yeah, and I'm not a legal expert, so I don't know what you can clear or bring to light or make right in terms of him being named as many times as he did. I don't know the legal implications of being named in a lawsuit versus being actually sued, and then what are the steps to then prove his innocence if he's not even being sued for, what I mean? I don't know the legal implications, and I don't know the answers of how to
it sucks we can't get those answers because they then canceled the post scrum press conferences, which is kind of unfortunate. To really keep pushing back on you to put in the try. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm that's your whole point. It's not. I just it doesn't seem very coincidental that WWE happened to cancel their press conferences once bringing back Brock Lesnar, because if a journalist is doing their job right, they're gonna talk about it and they're gonna bring it up, and there's gonna be multiple questions of it. So to me, a company that seems like a company that would think that they're in the right and doing something good wouldn't feel like they need to cancel their press conference out of fear of answering tough questions for something that they maybe should not have done. Right.
So that's kind of my, and again, to really, I'll definitely say we to encompass both of us. We are not legal experts. We're not experts on the case. I am just taking kind of things at face value and things that I've seen and things that I've read. And I do agree with you that I don't think they need him. Like, sure, I definitely see like the ghost of Cena's past, and like I'm hearing that like, you know, potentially Cena had a hand in like, you know, at least naming Brock of like, oh, that could be someone that I would want to face. I don't know that for sure. But it's a tough situation. I would have preferred of maybe no, don't like if they even just like to take it back, like just, you know, the wrestling match in general, they could have just closed that show with Cena walking out and Cena whatever. And then again, they went, what's the word I'm trying to look? They put that viral moment and that big pop and that big moment ahead of everything, you know, regardless of what you think of the case or what you know, if you're a fan of him bringing back or not a fan of him bringing back, they shoved all that to the side in what seems like a fairly arrogant move of just like, fuck it, we're gonna do it. It was a real just like WWE putting their dicks on the table and just being like, fuck it, we can do whatever we want. I don't know, and I don't know. There's so we're not going to get too into this part of it, but
yeah,
like,
I don't like to. It sucks,
no,
it sucks.
We're going to move on in a second. As much, I think I preface this by saying we're not going to talk too much about it. But we have to. This is the obligation to talk about it, right? But yeah, WWE is definitely going in a direction, and it's something.
It's definitely something.
And it's something. But all right, we're gonna move on. I'm sure there's talking points that neither of us nailed. You know, neither of us, I'm sure, said the perfect answer, the perfect things.
I definitely
didn't. So, but I'm glad. Like I'm glad with the conversation. Like, you know, I'm glad I don't know. Like I don't know. We could spend.
I'm not gonna stop watching WWE. I'm sorry. I like wrestling too much. One bad apple. I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's anything I say is just like, it seems like I'm defending him, which I'm not.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm not trying to.
You know, I obviously clip things for TikTok. This Brock segment is not going to be a clip for TikTok.
No,
it's not going to be.
It's not.
As much as, you know. Yeah. All right. I'm just kind of thinking. It's just making sure I did my due diligence and. But yeah, I think at least from, you know, my personal speaking, it's just like, to reiterate, to close it, we're gonna move on to some lighter topics on the rest of the show. At least what I can say is it's disappointing that it's disappointing and disheartening, and I think I'm coming from it seems like I'm coming from a way less trusting place of WWE, which I think is just as fair. So I don't know. We'll see where we go from here. And that's that. Yeah. All right. I could keep talking in circles and saying.
Tell you
that,
what, I'm gonna love to see John Cena kick his ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. I mean, I think
it's gonna make some compelling television, as John likes to say.
I would be really interested when Brock comes out again, or even during his match. Like, obviously Cena's gonna be the face, so it's gonna be like immediate cheers for Cena.
Yeah.
But I am curious how the crowd is gonna react. Once now the dust has settled,
done,
and now that like people have had time to process, and you know, I would hope. I don't know. All right, let's move on. Jesus Christ. Didn't even take down the timestamp for that.
We'll cut it. We'll cut all of it.
What do you want to do? Where do you want to go from here?
Ruse of the century, shall we?
Yeah.
Should we kind of go up to another high?
Yeah, I'm exhausted. Jesus Christ. We had I don't know. Okay. Sorry, let me just take down the timestamp for where we're at. We are an hour in. We talked about.
No way. We're an hour in.
talk about one match. Okay, Ruse of the Century. They sound like they had that trademark phrase in their back pocket.
Yeah, absolutely.
This shit was electric. Yeah, CM Punk versus Gunther. Gunther bloodied up, coming outside of the appearing from the announce table, all bloodied up. I really like the storytelling of Gunther, cocky as all hell during this match, putting Punk in different sleeper holds and chokes, beating the living hell out of Punk for, I would say, a lot of the match. And then finally, the cockiness caught up to him, and the blood like seemed to scare Gunther, which I really liked. There's like a small moment of him like, touching the blood, and him getting a little like, oh fuck, which is really like, oh, his cockiness broke. Boom, CM Punk beats Gunther. Hell yeah, place is going nuts. Feel good moment. Seth Rollins' music hits. And I know this is also not this is a controversial moment at WrestleMania, right? I see a lot of people that hate it, a lot of people that love it. We have not talked at all about this, so I'm curious where you're coming from. But just kind of to lay out everything that happened before we kind of get into it. Seth Rollins comes out on crutches. Now, what do you think in this moment? In this, I'll tell you this, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I think you even text me about it. Hook, line, and sinker throughout the yes. whole thing. When he from the LA Night match at Saturday Night's Main Event to him dropping the crutches, Hook, they got me. Yeah. And also not to I don't know, not that I'm trying to defend myself about getting worked, as someone who is always like the getting worked isn't real, watch the TV show, react to the story. Like, I'm always an advocate for that. I'm also someone that isn't trying to poke holes and stuff. However, I will say, after the first 2 weeks, and then, not getting official report, and him being like, oh, my leg is swollen, so I couldn't get where. Then I was like a little skeptical. Yeah. But I was still like, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to play detective here, whatever. But anyway, Seth comes out. So in the moment of him coming out still on crutches, before he drops the crutches, what are you thinking?
I was yelling, give it to Braun, give it to Braun, give it to Braun. As you guys know, I am the biggest Braun Breaker fan of all time. I kind of thought, oh, he's showing face. Look at that leg. It's still injured. He's going to do a classic handoff, kind of like, the original cash-in when Edge got handed the briefcase. He's going to give it to the dog, Braun Breaker, and he's going to do the right thing, kind of give the dog his Money in the Bank briefcase. Big time wrong. Big time Kevin Nash gif with the not so injured leg.
Everyone's been pulling that out. So what a moment. He turns, and I to me it came off as like a, they had this heated rivalry. To me, that came off as Seth being like, hey, I see you now have the title. I still have this. I'm not going to be injured forever. I'm going to come back for it. Turned around, walked back up, and then Paul Heyman was still standing there. So I was like, no. And just, it's why I love wrestling. It's the most over-the-top, dramatic shit I've ever seen in my life. Takes the crutches, drops the crutches, place goes fucking nuts. Got me 100%. I was like, oh my God, he was faking it.
I texted you after. I gave you some good news, and then the bad news was, hey, we got worked and we're marks.
Yeah.
It was just, hey, it's fine. Hey, I like being worked. I think, and I appreciate the keeper of kayfabe. Becky Lynch taking family photos with Seth still in the leg cast or whatever.
And it was like the fourth on the carousel. It wasn't like it was like out in front. It was like the fourth in their little whatever they're at, Disney or
very
whatever
well
the fuck.
Done. Very well done.
And then runs into the ring. Hits him. I think there was a little bit of defense by Punk, but ultimately Seth Rollins stomp 1, 2, 3. CM Punk held the title for, I believe, what was all of 5 minutes and like 12 or 30 seconds. It was
40 seconds less than Drew.
I was gonna say it was slightly shorter than Drew. Seth Rollins walks out as world champion, the ruse of the century as they're calling it. I think they cut out before, but I did see the clip after of him swinging the title.
Oh, yes. Very iconic.
Unreal. A lot of people hate this. A lot of people love it. I personally fucking love it. I love the dramatic of it. I love the fake out. I love them continuing this blood feud and this story, and Seth keeping his promise where as long as I'm around, you're not going to be world champion. Like, over my dead fucking body. So good, and we'll get to obviously Raw was last night. We'll kind of bleed into Raw for more implications, which I imagine you were over the moon about. But we're gonna stay here for a second. Yeah, how do you feel? Did you love it? Did you hate it?
I mean, I loved it. I was very torn, though. I'm a big CM Punk fan. I was even getting, I'm just such a mark. I was getting emotional for the Punk win.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like thinking like, oh man, like this actually is kind of crazy that CM Punk, because oftentimes like when these big moments happen, I kind of get very reflective and I'm like, man, like, you know, Brawl Out was how long ago, and him returning to wrestling was how long ago, and like how this like foreseeably was never ever going to even come close to happening. A very good match against Gunther. Some people calling this match abysmal. Some people really saying it was a bad match. Yeah, who's Meltzer's freaking Brian Alvarez? Yeah, because saying this was an atrocious match.
I thought the match was great.
He was saying that Punk was slow, which like again, this was a slower match for sure.
This was a graps.
This was graps. This was technical wrestling. I thought it was phenomenal. Some other people sharing that sentiment that Alvarez is throwing out there. Like Punk was gassed throughout the whole match, which again, I'm sure he was. You're going against the ring general. Like,
yeah, he's also an old man.
He's also older.
That kinda, I thought that kind of played in the story for me.
It made it emotional. Made it more emotional.
That's interesting.
I enjoyed this match. It wasn't like match of the year or anything, but it was definitely really good in my style of wrestling. Gunther, the blood pouring from his face afterwards. Good. I don't know what really spot did that. It was the table thing. I don't really see a big bump. I guess,
he was under the table doing a little blade job for a while. It seemed
that was
like
funny. I think it's a kayfabe injury, but it's been reported that Gunther has broke his orbital bone. It will be out for a while.
I saw that. Yeah.
So Gunther getting a little vacation. I still kind of voting for him to be seen as last opponent. We'll see if that comes to flourishing. But yeah, this moment was so special. It was. I tell you what. I was kind of critical of the whole 2-night SummerSlam.
Me too.
If we get this quality of show on night one and a banger of a show for night two, I'll be okay with having 2 nights of SummerSlam if you can keep delivering these iconic, memorable, all-time moments. Because that's what this was. The Seth Rollins cash-in. Right up there with the heist of the century. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe I got worked. I got worked so bad.
Because that's the benefit, and I'm still pretty not pro 2-night SummerSlam even after the weekend. Because I thought night one was a little bit of a sleeper. Not a sleeper. I thought night one wasn't great. I thought it was good. There was some good results. Like there was some shocking moments, but like I thought night one wasn't awesome.
The way it was layered made no sense to me. The fact that you had 3 tag team matches on night one, and then night two you had a street fight, you had a TLC match, you had a steel cage match.
Night two is stacked. But that's the point. So like the thing that I do like, and kind of I think what you're saying is the benefit of 2 nights is you get 2 opportunities to close the show with a bang, right? Like if this was one night, you couldn't have had the Ruse of the Century close it out. Because you're competing with, the Brock return and or the CENA loss, right? So that is the benefit. And I think that that seems to be kind of the main reason they do it. So they have these opportunities to have these viral moments, which they kind of seem to just put over a lot of stuff, to be honest with you. But just in terms of it in general, I really liked it. I am actually surprised to hear that I'm surprised to hear these wrestling purist people are even CM Punk Gunther was bad. It was supposed to be slow. It was supposed to be CM Punk getting his fucking old ass kicked, and then come back and whatever. And I'll tell you what, I did really like the image of Punk with that title. You know what I mean? But
some people too get in my I did do a live stream for night one. Some people immediately see my reaction to it and be like, "How come you didn't like that? Seth Rollins cash-in was one of the most all-time things I've ever seen." Brother, I'm a CM Punk fan. I'm gonna grieve this 5-minute world title reign. Obviously, I'm taking it for face value of the show. Obviously, I know this fucking ruled. This was metal. This was Seth Rollins incarnate. But obviously, as a CM Punker, this was sad. This was a sad thing to see that old dog finally get his day, and that day be abruptly curb stomped to the ground. It was what a moment it was, and clearly we're not done with Seth versus Punk. But then Raw was also insane too.
Oh yeah, so right. So then we'll kind of just easy segue into Seth Rollins out there talking his shit. He's got the title. He's like, you guys never believed in me, and I tricked you, and and then LA Knights, and I love the trope of wrestling when they play up who can stop me? Nobody out there is gonna beat
Long
me.
pause.
Yeah, LA Nice music hits. I'd imagine you were jumping up and down. Which it all. I'm glad they did it because it makes fucking sense. Yes. Sure. See, Seth Rollins did use that opportunity to kind of play mind games and do the long game. However, LA Knight still won that match. So he was like, "Oh, I'm
dying to know," and I don't like the whole. I'm not gonna watch that. It'd be unreal. But if this was in it, I'd love to know because I imagine it would be this whole Seth Rollins storyline.
Sure.
Was LA Knight told this was going to be a work? Because I think they actually worked many of the boys. They worked some of the physicians. If you don't tell LA Knight that this injury thing, this injury angle we're working in this match is like legit or not legit, I'm dying to know if he knew because I don't think he did. It's like that builds mistrust. It does. It's not a great thing to do, but.
Oh, I like it because I think you get like
I like it too, but
you get like your general reaction.
But you're in the ring as a competitor. You're putting your life like you.
Well, that's why
you have to know the story.
That's why I lean to the referee. LA, like the people involved. That's why I lean to like they probably knew, and like the people, everyone on TV, and I'd imagine people in the back weren't told. That happens all the time. Like, oh, we snuck in the Hardy Boys, we snuck in whatever, and like people in the back don't get told. But I would imagine professionalism trumps it all.
For sure.
However, like it is also interesting. Like imagine if he didn't know. Well, yeah, no, he had to know. He had to know. The more I'm talking about it, he must have known.
Maybe not because they really kept it in the darks. They tried their best to. But LA Knight's promo. He kind of flubbed up a little bit on the big delivery, the big point. And I feel like this crowd for Raw was a bit dead too. I'm sure a lot of these fans went to night one and night two.
Because they were in Brooklyn.
They were in Brooklyn. And I think the crowd is really quiet for the most of this show. LA Knight though then pointed out like I'm the last guy to beat you. We're gonna get Adam Pearce, star of the show on Monday Raw, apparently came back out numerous times on the show to announce this isn't our normal Raw world title match booked for later in the main event. Huge, and also Bronson Reed and Breaker banned from ringside. So I was like, oh, are we gonna get a new member? Who's gonna cause the interference? So I was really looking forward to that. Do you want to fast forward to the main event and talk about what happened? Punk is the guy to then cause the disqualification. Rightfully so. Right. I mean, he's got his world title took unexpectedly against his arch rival. But if I'm LA Knight, I'm putting that part-timer, that old bag of bones right to the ground with a BFT because, like, what are you doing interfering in my world title match causing a disqualification?
I'd imagine we'll get LA Knight Punk next week.
I think so. They're doing something. But then, then the beatdown ensues, and then who comes out? Shoeless Joe Jackson. Roman Reigns. Wow, what a Monday Night Raw. What do they call it? The squirms? Not squirms. What's like the squam? What am I trying to think of?
I don't know what you're
like the word. When there's like the end of a show and there's people coming out left and right and it's not a scrum. A scrum is like a media scrum. What's
scrimmage. Brawl.
You know what word I'm trying to think of?
Skirmish.
I'm blanking.
I'm not totally sure what word you're thinking of.
Oh, it's gonna kill me.
Skirmish.
Let me know in the comments. They'll correct me. They were talking.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
Roman fucking comes out, which again, I like all these three have all been kind of intertwined with each other. Obviously they had the triple threat match at Mania. And then Roman Reigns got his ass kicked, got his shoes stolen again. Bronson Reed holding up the Jordans again at the end.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too. Bronson still had the shoes from the first time he took them.
Him wearing them around his neck was so sick.
It's funny, but also it kind of looks like a bra, like just a big bra,
a little like bikini.
And the thing is too, you lost the tag match at SummerSlam. Like, let those shoes go, bro. At that point.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, if you lose the match, you gotta give the shoes back, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Stole his shoes again. So we're leading to all. I like that. All three of these competitors are staying in the world title picture. LA Knight, I imagine, he's still very much involved. So I think he's gonna be around. I think ultimately we'll kind of see the destruction. I'm sure Braun Breaker will start to step up and whatever. Like a lot of heavy hitters in this world title match. And yeah, I liked it. I admittedly, at this point, the 3 hours of sleep was catching up to me. So I was kind of watching Raw just like, But yeah, it was a fun match. The match was very competitive. It was good. I think LA Knight had something to prove, I think.
Very decent. I was complaining too before SummerSlam, like, how are you gonna not have LA Knight on the card or Penta?
Penta not being on the card is crazy. Yeah.
First hour of this Raw though, you got the LA Knight segment and then Penta showing out. So that
Penta and Grayson Waller was pretty fun.
It was decent. Big G, they're calling him.
Big G, right?
Big G.
All right, let's go back to SummerSlam here. All right. Here's my little. We're gonna get to the matches, but if I can interject more, which is like some live experience stuff.
Yeah.
I have two things. One, I got beef with this crowd. I got beef with the crowd. I'm gonna call them out. It was the section. I don't even know what section you call it. I was on the floor, the one section above. That's like the first set of rafters, whatever you want to call them. During Becky Lyra, which I thought was a very good match. I really like Becky Lyra. They started doing the wave.
Oh boy.
Fuck off. They started doing the wave, and then like one section wasn't participating in the wave and wasn't doing it, and the section that was like starting the wave started getting mad at this section. So during, I don't know if you watch it back, you'll notice this. If you notice, there's random fucking parts where the crowd is like cheering and booing, like random parts.
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah. So I'm curious. So I was kind of curious how it was going to come off on TV, and maybe it wasn't noticeable, but it was very noticeable in the arena, in the stadium. So all of a sudden, this one section starts chanting, "That side sucks. That side sucks." And then the other section starts chanting back, "That side." And then like they try to do the wave again. The section doesn't do it. Boo, that section sucked, whatever. Then there's a section on the other fucking side that starts to get in on it. So, like, during this Becky Lyra match, there's like 4 fucking sections having their own, like, beef and whatever. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's awful.
Like, and again, I know here's the annoying defense, and it's always the defense, and it's so fucking annoying. People are like, well, people pay a ticket for their money. They have the right to cheer whatever they want, and they paid good money, so they can do whatever they want and cheer whoever they want and boo whoever they want. If you're paying money to have beef with a section over the wave during a very, very important and prominent and great women's match, if that's how you want to spend your money, cool, good for you. If that's sick, fire. Yeah, that's my little.
I'm right there with you. If you're doing that at the show, give me your goddamn ticket.
And it was distracting because I'm trying to watch the show. Yeah. I can't see the ring anyway, so I already have a shitty seat. So I'm trying to watch the monitor, and then I got this fucking section going. That side sucks. So like I'm paying attention to this, and you know what I mean.
I hate the wave in any format. I go to a Red Sox game. I think I may have told you this when we went. People doing the wave. Actually, again, if it's a blowout, sure, I'll have some fun with it, but.
Oh, interesting.
If it's like 3-2, 7th inning,
sure, lock in.
F your wave.
I like the wave if it's casual, especially if your team's up by like 3, 4, 5. Sure. Then 7th inning or a little wave. I like, but like a wave at a wrestling show is
disrespectful.
It's weird. Like when you do there's no point in it where I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah, someone made a comment in my stream like, "Oh, this is the bathroom break match." F off. If you go to the bathroom,
it was a good match.
Yeah, it was great. It was pretty good. There was one slip up, but again, like wrestling is what it is. If you go to the bathroom during this match, you are a fake fan. I'm gonna say it right there. Fire. You're a fake fan.
Banger.
But the slip I'm talking about, they had the zip tie.
Oh, the zip tie.
She got out of it, and then she put it back on, and then she put it back on too tight.
Oh, gee.
They had to go under the ring.
The zip tie thing, and she was also like. It seems like a tricky spot in general because she was trying to break it on the fire extinguisher.
Yes,
and then which I imagine is a thing that they tried out and in practice it was like, oh, if you do this, you'll be able to break it, whatever. And it happened. We see the thing, which it's the same thing that happens with someone trying to break a chain with bolt cutters. It's gonna work 10 out of 10 times in practice. The second you do it in a live crowd, it's not gonna work. Nope. You know what I mean? So it was one of those things, and then she went under the ring, and I'd imagine it seemed like they planned for it. But I imagine there was either a pair of scissors or someone under the ring. Hornswoggle was hanging out under the ring, and then she came out with the thing, whatever. So that was unfortunate that it didn't work out like they planned.
Yeah, but there's plenty else to like about this match. The storytelling with that, the spot too where Becky's kind of setting up the table, and then an actual bird comes from the sky, and Lyra just kind of sits on her head through the table. Do you see that spot?
Wait, an
So,
actual.
Be-
I
Becky-
thought you said there was an act. Sorry, I missed. I took what you were saying too literally. I was like,
a
that was
bird?
a bird. Sorry,
Lyra's
say-
a bird.
right. So what? Yeah,
she
tell me
came
about-
crashing down out of nowhere. So again,
yes,
it was on
yes,
TV.
yes.
So like,
because I was watching the screen too,
yeah,
and the camera shot. She's
they're showing Becky, and I'm like, oh, kind of low, and then like, oh, my God, it came out of nowhere like a bird. And then somebody added an eagle sound effect. So funny.
Bailey came out, made her presence felt. There was a lot of tension of like, who's Bailey gonna side with?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I thought she was gonna side with Becky.
Yeah.
I really thought she was gonna side with
Yeah.
Becky. Takes out Becky. Blah blah blah.
Ends up costing Lyra.
Lyra, which is kind of I think the story we're gonna kind of be telling further down the road as we kind of see to which will go into Raw, as Becky seeming to move on to feuding with Nikki Bella.
Shocking that Nikki Bell's still hanging out after I thought maybe Evolution was going to be her kind of one stop and go. Sure, sign me up. Compelling, big stars.
To me, it kind of seems like, especially with the Liv injury, I think Nikki was supposed to get a title match with the Liv stuff. And this is all could just be wrong, but like to me, it might seem like okay, like we want Nikki to have a title match.
Yeah.
Like okay, let's put her against Becky. Which I think is just great. The promos though, promos were good.
Can't see me.
Ooh.
You can't see me. Got personal. How come if Tiffany Stratton does it, it's a big deal, but Becky Lynch can get away with anything she wants? One was probably talked about beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's probably why.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was. So what? She was like, oh, like you. Your whole claim to fame is because your man something toward Becky, Seth Rollins, and then your man, you can't see him anymore. The crowd stood up and applauded.
I know, that was bananas.
It was so.
Yeah.
I've never seen
Huge pop.
I've never seen a line get delivered, and the crowd, which I agree with them. The crowd clapped as if it was like that moment in a match, like the two wrestlers going crazy, and they're both just like lying down, and the crowd just like. That was the moment in that promo bat, and Nikki was like trying not to smile.
Yeah,
she was like,
okay, all right,
because they, like you said, they clearly cleared it.
Yeah.
So like they're both like they both knew it was a fucking banger.
Right.
But yeah, I'd imagine Clash at Paris is gonna be this match. Yeah, I like it. I'm for it. Yeah,
I hope Becky puts her in the dirt. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Becky's gonna win.
Yeah.
I think it'll be pretty decisive.
Although I don't know, because I don't know what the final tally was, but I performed pretty poorly in predictions. I mean, I did beat you, and it got more right than you.
Yeah, so I guess that means I did worse. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, while we're talking, I'll open up the Discord.
It was tough. I mean, yeah, I got a few things tonight. We got RKO.
I was looking good at the start.
Yeah, RKO Jelly Roll. I got that wrong. I got my girl Jade Cargill wrong, which like I'm still emotionally recovering from that loss. I got Karrion Kross wrong. I got a few things wrong. I got Gunther wrong, which like, man, I wish Seth could have cashed in during the match, so you wouldn't have got that point. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. Considering that I consider myself an expertise in wrestling, and I'm on the podcast every week, and I watch all the shows, you'd think I would know some of these outcomes. Nope. I mean, I didn't do too bad, but
yeah.
It's
so I think I'm looking
shocking.
at some results. It looks like yesterday was the 4th, Sunday was the 3rd. Okay, so I was looking good at the start. Discord's kind of looking at it. I don't know if the official standings are out, but it doesn't look like we placed.
No, we definitely didn't.
I can't imagine. Oh wait, here it is. Shout out to Chris taking the gold with 17.5 points. Under them is the Sebastian with 16 points. Under them is Skyhook with 14 points. Again, I feel like they might post the full result. Oh, here we go. While I'm pulling this up, I want to talk about I don't know. What do you want to go to? Actually, we have so much to talk about. We're already bouncing all over the place. What was another jarring thing? Oh, let's go to oh yeah, sorry. I know I just asked you, and I'm just kind of answering. I want to talk about Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. This shit rocked. I absolutely loved this match. I'm wearing this shirt for a reason.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
This was the Eddie Guerrero tribute match. I thought Dom was going to come out in a lowrider.
Yeah,
I was calling like the guy next to me. I was like, Dom's coming out lowrider, and he came out with the mask and like, this fucking kid is on top of the world. AJ Styles coming out in the lowrider. I was already losing my fucking mind. I was like, no way, the lowrider. Oh my god, R.I.P. Eddie, R.I.P. Eddie. And then he gets out a lowrider in just the most, I would say the most famous, the most classic Eddie gear with the black, green, gold, maybe a little purple in there. The flame boots, like it, unfucking real. And then throughout the whole match, just doing callbacks to Eddie matches with the boot being loose and slipping out of it. I lost my mind when Dom got that chair, smacked it on the ground, tossed it to him, hit the mat. And then, to other classic Eddie fashion, another classic spot, AJ putting the chair around his head, hitting the mat. God damn it.
Should have ended the match, though, technically. That's a disqualification in my book. And when Eddie used to do that, they'd be like, ring the damn bell, Eddie wins DQ. But the ref was like, huh?
AJ Styles pulling out a frog splash as well. Dom hitting a 619 the frog splash. What I loved about this match as well is, sure, there were like the shenanigans and heel tactics and the Eddie stuff and, lie, cheat, steal sort of stuff. But in general, I would say Dom, pretty clean, decisive win over AJ Styles.
That was pretty awesome for that to happen.
No Judgment Day interference. No, I fucking loved it. It's what I wanted. I really wanted like AJ being the veteran to put over this young guy. It seemed like they kind of might continue this feud, do maybe some more matches.
Yeah, AJ coming out.
AJ
coming out though. The Eddie stuff was kind of funny to me. It was very like, Eddie Guerrero with no seasoning type thing. But the gear, very fire. And then I lost my mind for the finish. Call back to WrestleMania 20. The boot. The boot. I legit was screaming, WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 20. Because that's one of my favorite WrestleManias for just for nostalgic purposes. And then that match, that ending, man. Dom with, again, it's kind of cheating, so you say it's a clean victory, whatever, but
I guess a clean victory as opposed to like,
convincing victory.
Yeah, convincing is the better word.
That was all off Dom's merit, which is, kind of dirty, but he's dirty Dom for a reason. This kid's a star. He's going to win the AAA Mega Championship.
And hitting him with the fucking boot, oh my God, dude. I loved it. I would imagine, I just think super sentimental about it, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I think Ray is probably backstage so fucking proud. Eddie looking down this match with a fucking tear in his eye. I think AJ Styles has gone on record, saying Eddie's influenced all the greats, and I'd imagine AJ Styles has all the admiration in the world for Eddie. I don't know if they ever had a match. I think I saw a quote from Punk that said, this is like a while ago, but Punk said like, I think it was Punk. It was either Punk or AJ, and I think Punk said like, "Oh, I thought I was good. Like he said I thought I was a good wrestler until I met Eddie Guerrero. Yeah. And it's like he is just the most technical. It's I could talk forever about it. But I just think a really, really special match. And it's something that's very rare, something you don't get often. That it's to me, that match, the whole thing was just a tribute and an honor to Eddie, and the fact that this guy's legacy has lived on for 20 years, give or take, is a testament to Eddie and people keeping the memory, of Eddie alive. It's a beautiful thing. I was in the arena taking it all in, and it was a real. I'm glad I was there for that match in that moment. Because as someone, Eddie means a lot to me, and it was just fucking really, 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 really crazy stuff, beautiful stuff. And like I think Liam Crowley, about the John Cena match or whatever. Liam Crowley like posted on Instagram or tweeted out, shout out Liam, and he was like, which I agree, and I think a lot of people have said this quote before as well, but how can you not be romantic about wrestling? How can you not be romantic about pro wrestling? That's that. I don't have much more. Yeah, I don't know. What are you thinking?
For next up?
Sure. I don't know if you had any more to say on that, or we can just move on. But I'm down to move on.
Love that match. Very special to me too. And Dom, great mustache. Has to make an appearance on the channel at some point. I think he did some media,
as he's been doing, which not that we invented it, but like I think in the 7-Eleven commercial, whatever the fuck it is, he does a little bit of
he's eating wings in a Wingstop commercial. He's like, I gotta save the stash. Like, all right, man.
Let's go to what I think you might have pulled up.
Yes.
Rhea Io, Naomi. So this is the first match of the night, so I was getting settled. So I want to rewatch this as well. This rocked. Naomi, retain, sit, get up, all the caution tape. I saw a lot of people kind of cosplaying like in the caution tape. Io Sky in the baby blue. That looks sick. Rhea is the biggest star in the fucking world, dude. The pop. And it's why, like, the internet or a lot of internet discourse is all just bullshit, and people just looking for likes and looking for comments and replies and whatever to get $10 from Elon Musk at the end of the month.
Not even that.
And when Rhea Ripley's music hit, the fucking crowd they lost their mind. She is like, she's one of, if not the biggest star in the company. She is right up there, getting louder, just as loud, if not louder pops than a Roman, Cody, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, right?
Yeah,
she is
absolutely.
It's unreal.
I think she's crossed over too. I had a video. I pulled a bunch of non-wrestling fans.
Yes, I like that. I saw that.
A few mommies selection. I'm like, wow. And these are people that, you know, maybe not even watched Rhea Ripley's matches, but just have now seen her, right? And just like are drawn to her because of her look and, you know, the aura of Rhea Ripley.
Right. So, fun match. I really do. I did have Rhea because I just thought, you know, WWE was just gonna put it on Rhea and kind of like an easy answer, but I wanted Naomi to win. I am so glad that they are trusting Naomi. She's proven. I mean, she's a veteran at this point, so it's, you know, it's you know.
They said it on the thing, 16 years, and I'm like,
that's crazy.
God damn, I'm
that's
old.
Crazy.
That's bananas.
Gun to my head, I maybe would have said like 10. You know, and that was even, you know,
16.
She does our character work and everything. Again, this was the match I sat down in my seat for, so honestly, I haven't not recollecting as much as I want, so I'm gonna kind of lean on you here. But
just
there's some great spots.
Very solid match. Io and Rhea's chemistry is unbelievable.
Oh my god, they're the best.
You know, it's tough to try to compare, you know, this triple threat match to the one at WrestleMania with Bianca, or even recently with you know, Becky, Lara, Bayley. Those are all, you know, superior matches, and they've also a very similar finish where Naomi kind of last second roll up and gets the dub. But I think the right person won. They showed out. And then also my favorite thing too was Naomi's entrance. The guitarist, her dad, her father.
That was her dad.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah,
God,
so
I love her entrance.
Me, so I'm like, that's really dope.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Her entrance was fucking bonkers. Yeah, I didn't know that was her dad. That's really, really sick. I like that they're also playing on. I was kind of hoping for it. Rhea Ripley did not pin Io.
Yes. She almost did.
She almost did. She had her for the 1, 2, 3. And then, like you said, Naomi kind of did the roll up. And then on Raw, they played it up. Again, those two backstage. Asuka and Kairi also kind of like, you know, oh, is that your new friend? And, you know, Io not wanting the help from Asuka and Kairi.
Oh, man.
Them two.
I don't think I saw that. That feels like they might pull a...
It was interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to... If they take up, I want them to take a pause on Rhea Io and maybe go to like Io Asuka or something like that, and then circle back around to Io Rhea. But, you know, they kind of played it up with the, you know, Rhea was like, you know, I had your number, I want to beat you, and, you know, Io, like, I respect you, and, you know, you're one of the best. And then Io, like, I fucking love talk your shit Io. I love cocky Io, where it's like, yes, you are the best in the world, act like it. And she does, and she was like, with a big smile on her face, she goes, Rhea, you will never beat me.
Ooh, oh my god. Oh my god.
You will never beat me.
Ugh. I think they can make a WrestleMania main event out of that. Especially
big time.
Considering there's 2 nights now. I think that for sure will be a WrestleMania main event one day. I'll probably bank on that.
Yep. I again haven't watched it back on TV. I don't think I like this as much as the Mania triple threat match, you know, if we're just comparing to compare. But okay, folks, sorry for a really abrupt cut. I kicked the video, the audio recorder with my foot, and it unplugged. By the grace of God, it's saved. But sorry, so you were just about to we were talking about Naomi winning. She deserved it. I don't know where it cut out and cut in, but you were about to say something.
This was her match.
Okay.
This was her kind of a thank you for being a 16-year vet, for now reinventing yourself to be one of the best characters, one of the best heels on TV. I was so confident she was going to win this match, and I'm glad she did. Even though I'm saying that as she's a heel, but it all works out. It was phenomenal. Rhea doesn't need the title right now. Io doesn't need the title right now. She's the best wrestler in the world. So, it only makes sense, and I'm very curious to where they go from here for Io and Rhea. Looking forward to Stephanie and Naomi at Clash of Paris. Let's go. We eating good.
Let's go to at this point, I think what are we, an hour and a half? This is gonna be a long episode. Long episode,
boy,
folks.
let's talk about
but we're gonna keep plowing through SummerSlam here. Let's go to.
Should we do like a speed round of matches that we have left?
Well, we don't have to. We'll keep on. We'll keep on going.
Cool.
We'll see kind of where we're at. Yeah. We can definitely kind of TLC 6-pack ladder match. I've been getting flamed. I don't know if you saw it, but I was getting a little flamed. I thought I just put out a little funny tweet. Did you not see?
I didn't see your tweet. No.
Oh, so I.
Oh, you got chicken tendies. You idiot.
I had a long day of travel.
I did see this. Okay.
And here's the thing. Like, again, I've throughout this episode, I've been saying how like my seat wasn't that great. Like I was kind of like I was on the floor way in the back, and it doesn't like it's not like it like goes up. It's like flat, so you can't really see. Of course, this is like the only match where people are elevated on ladders, so I would have been able to see. You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot of it.
But anyway, so just to defend myself, I wish I didn't do this. Like I'm not defending it in that way, but I hadn't eaten all day. I literally, I think I had breakfast like that morning. Like I said, I bought my ticket at 11 a.m. I drove 4.5 hours to my hotel that was 10 minutes away from MetLife, threw my bag in the room, turned around, drove to MetLife, got to MetLife at like, I don't know, a little before 5:30. Was hanging around. By the time this match started, what was this? Maybe like this is the second match, I think. So it was at like probably like 6:30, something like that. And so just like everyone, just I fully agree. Just starve and go during another time, whatever. But
photosynthesis, sun's still out. Just eat from the sun.
I didn't know when I was eating next because I knew that like I was going from I didn't know where I was going from there to like we went to the Vibe House and then we went to fucking Manhattan. I didn't know when I was eating next, and I was right because the next time I ate was a slice of pizza in Manhattan at like 3 a.m.
Ooh, how good was that slice though?
God awful. It was so bad. I wanted like a regular just like cheese or pepperoni. Yeah, and here's the thing. It was one of those like hole in the wall ones that has like $1.50 slice or whatever, which used to be $1 slice. $1.50 slice. So I was looking to get like a $1 slice, right?
Still a good deal.
But here's the trick. Yeah. You walk in there, they didn't have any cheese or pepperoni. All they had was like fancy shit where it was like, they had the slice I ended up getting was pepperoni, chicken, and jalapenos.
That's too much meat.
Which like every slice had like 3 or 4 different stuff on. They had a white slice. They had like a shit with like a bunch of shit drizzled. It's like all they had was fancy shit. That shit was not $1.50. Oh. So I was looking forward to like $1.50 cheese, whatever. So great scam by this fucking guy. Also bad chicken. That shit. I mean, ruined me the next morning.
I'm sure it was sitting there for a while too.
I can't imagine it was fresh. So that was my reasoning is I was looking out for myself in terms of my and as I was waiting in line, it's the longest fucking line in the world.
It's a shame that it took it so long.
It took so long, but I did pull it up on my phone, and while I was waiting in line, which not that that's the same experience as whatever, but I did watch it on my phone, so I did see like the spot, I did see like the Candice LeRae going through a fucking table, I did see Ciampa like hanging and then like pulling himself up,
innovative.
Like what are you fucking nuts? Yeah. That's crazy. I believe me, I am forever gonna be disappointed that I missed this match live, and I was sitting there and I was like, I wish I could rewind time, but like. That's my reasoning. I needed to make sure I was, I don't know. I don't like traveling, so I was making sure that I was gonna be good and had something in my stomach and whatever. I only had like also like the lines were so I just got one. I got one beer when I first sat down, and I was like, I'm not waiting like another 25 minutes to get a Miller Lite. You know what I mean? So
how much for a Miller Lite?
Cheaper than like Gillette and cheaper than Gillette and TD Garden, but I don't know. I didn't really look. I want to say it was like, it was probably like $12 to $15 as you'd expect. But all right. So anyway, TLC match. Wyatt 6 retain of all things.
That was shocking to me.
Yeah. I'm pretty surprised. We got a lot of Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan interference. Nikki Cross made her presence felt, again, with kind of Candice LeRae as well. You kind of talked to me about this match. Someone who, like I said, I was kind of watching on my phone, missed a lot of the beats, and this is the match I want to rewatch. But
this was a car crash match.
Yeah.
I could not believe how many people went through tables. I think we already just talked about the two highlights for me was, Candice LeRae going through that ladder.
Crazy.
And it looked very dangerous.
I actually went to a ladder. Yep. Okay, yep.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, she took that shit on her stomach. Yeah.
And then the ladder looked sharp. I was like, wow.
Crazy.
Risking your life for this SummerSlam. Hats off to Candice LeRae. No more Candice Michelle jokes from Michael Cole. Come on. Then, too, which I kind of forgot about in the midst of the chaos of SummerSlam, but that Ciampa spot deserves so much praise.
That shit's crazy.
Considering that it's 25 anniversary from the original TLC match at SummerSlam, and I believe the Jeff Hardy ladder spot happened at WrestleMania X7.
Yep.
But still, to kind of everyone and their mothers was definitely expecting Ciampa to get speared off.
Yeah.
The creativeness and also athleticism from Tommaso Ciampa to then lift up his entire body while you are 25 feet in the air,
crazy,
and to dodge that spear, and
crazy.
to then maintain that position into the.
Imagine. I'm not to say this to imagine it, but so dangerous and
one
risky.
Slip,
oh my god!
And you're falling on your head from 25 feet.
My god.
And that jacked body mass would probably, that's a lot of weight coming down.
Unreal.
It deserves all the praise in the world. To me, after seeing that, I was rooting for them to win, which is surprising.
Sure.
Ray Phoenix also had a crazy dive to jumping over the top rope onto a table. The amount of table spots and ladder chaos definitely suited the fact that the Dudley Boys and Hardy Boys were right at ringside,
right?
To watch this car crash. Something definitely right up there with the TLC match on SmackDown, and so crazy, so crazy.
People are calling this the greatest TLC match of all time.
That's nuts. That's bananas. I don't know.
Okay, that makes me feel better about missing it.
I don't know.
That's mainly why I asked.
That's just my opinion, and everyone's got one. But I wouldn't say that. But it was definitely something that elevated SummerSlam together as a whole. That
I'm still so bummed. This was not the match to do that.
I know. For sure.
Going into this night, I was like the two matches. Like I want to see Cody Cena and I want to see the TLC match. And also I was like, not just this is like so stupid to talk about, but I was in line and I was like the six entrances.
Yeah,
I'm right back in my seat. Just that shit. That shit did not move, dude. It was crazy. They were slinging chicken tenders. It was nuts.
And the Wyatt Six winning.
I don't love the Wyatt Six winning.
I don't love it either. Yeah. And I think it's very apparent that me and you aren't like big Wyatt Six guys.
Yeah, I used to be, but they just they haven't done much to. Yeah,
but I suppose in terms of numbers, they had the numbers. You got Big Red came by, Uncle Howdy came by.
Yeah.
I thought for sure once he got taken care of, because I think Uncle Howdy got hit off something, and I'm like, oh, he's for sure done. Like, I thought for a while he was gonna be the one to grab the tag titles, and then my rules police came up right about how dare someone not in the match grab the titles. But hey, and honestly, big win for old Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis.
Huge win.
Who they'll probably cherish this win for their entire career. So, hats off to every man and woman involved in this match. This was a spectacle.
Yeah, I'm as not as hyped as I was, especially with Wyatt Six getting it. Like, they're slowly winning me back, especially with performances like this. So I'm excited to keep on seeing where the SmackDown Tag Division goes from here. That's kind of my final sentiment on it. Let's move on to finish out night 2, and we'll kind of, I feel like the rest we can kind of speed run for the most part. Because the rest of night 1 was fun, but it wasn't there wasn't crazy stuff. But Souls Koa retains over Jacob Fatu, also retaining the SCW Championship, SCW Producers Championship. This shit fucking rocked. Here's my one thing, and this isn't a critique. It's just me kind of just being like, what the hell? As I was hoping, Jacob Fatu did do a moonsault off the top. Brother, pull that out in the match. Do that in the match.
Well, actually, I'm gonna defend that.
Talk to
Actually, what sense does it make ever to jump off a steel cage match mid match when the objective is to then escape the cage, do a moonsault. Escaping the cage, maybe, sure, but yeah, the fact that I've seen like Jeff Hardy do that a million times is to then dive back, or I think Rikishi did it too.
Sure. Matt Hardy famously with the leg drop.
Yeah,
that, like,
it's like
fucked up his
you
back.
can win the match. You can win the match. Well, don't go viral. It's not worth going viral. Most of the time, it's for something bad. Like, come on now. But that was an incredible moment. Jacob Fatu,
it's a fun match in general too.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I don't love the going through the door thing. Jesse Ventura, eat your heart out.
I was watching that.
Thinking of him, definitely.
I was thinking, especially after the backlash of that. And granted, like, it is a heel, so like I'm a little more fine with the heel going out the door, but I'm still the same way. Whereas I was like, even to the people around me, I was like, they gotta fucking climb this cage. Like, they gotta go over the top of this fucking cage.
Then the whole point of a cage match was to keep the family tree out of it. They got very much involved. Which
I think there was definitely a moment. I think Jacob Fatu did throw someone in. Like, I think they did end up getting in the cage. Overall, I like this. It was my favorite match of the weekend, but for the sake of seeing a steel cage match and it was a spectacle, it was fun. Jacob Fatu, even in a loss, is a fucking star.
Yeah.
And it seems like we might continue this sort of I mean, at this point, not to jump the gun, but we are heading to War Games in November. So we have some time.
There's
but
some numbers there that they think they'll be involved.
I would imagine. I mean, like, I just don't know what other group, I'd imagine we're going to do MFTs versus Bloodline 6.0. And I'd imagine that's going to be, Jacob switching sides and doing Jacob, Jimmy Uso also made an appearance. His music hit, big pop. Him trying to help out Jacob was really cool. But yeah, definitely shenanigans booked. Also something I want to watch back. But
Solo's gear was dope.
Solo's gear was cool. Yep, Solo looked great. Solo Sikoa over Jacob Fatu. We'll see where we go from here. U.S. champion.
I love you, Solo.
I love you, Solo. All right, do the beats of night one. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeat what they are now calling officially the Vision.
Oh,
whoa!
Is that official?
It's on Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, you can kind of change things yourself.
Sure,
a little bit.
but I don't know if you can make a whole. I don't know if you can make a whole separate.
They did trademark it too, I believe. So this might be the Vision.
Is a villainous professional wrestling stable. The Vision.
How do we feel about the Vision? Kind of. This is our live reaction.
Kind of into it.
Yeah, I like it. It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the Visionary
beats the Oracle, which is Paul Heyman's nickname, I guess.
Yeah, the Oracle isn't super sticking. Yeah. This is a fun match to start out the whole weekend. Oh yeah, him putting so good. Him putting the straps back on just to tear him down. Yeah, I mean this guy's gonna be main eventing WrestleMania.
Oh, that is my boy. I love him talking trash mid match.
Yep.
The Roman Reigns, Roman sucks, go away.
He's so good.
Oh, he's the man. He's going to be a multi-time world champion. He's going to be a star of the company.
Good guys win.
Yep. Sure.
It's just kind of like the Vision maybe it's Roman Reigns and Jey Uso on the other side of that ring. Like, they're not gonna lose the opening match at SummerSlam. Them running it back, the Jey Uso's entrance, them running it back mid match was crazy.
Yeah,
it was nuts.
Banana land.
But yeah, I don't know. I think especially maybe after the Seth Rollins stuff, like maybe building up his lackeys would have been nice. But Roman Jey start out the weekend. It's just a tag match. Obviously, they're still involved. Or at least Roman is in the world title picture. Yeah, that's that.
Got the juices flowing.
Exactly. Charlotte Flair and Alexa defeat the Judgment Day to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Great decision. I love it. I love this team. We saw them also on Raw, touting the titles. Also had they had a rematch for the titles on Raw.
Wasn't our normal Raw.
Was not normal Raw. Charlotte and Alexa did retain again on Raw. So like definitive, people, the definitive champions. They're still kind of playing on Charlotte. She's not saying. I think at this point, like Charlotte's character is still like not saying like the F words they're saying, which is funny and I like it. But like at this point, we got to progress that character a little bit more. I think and like. They're gonna be friends. They gotta be friends eventually.
I'm glad you're saying this because I've been a very big supporter of this tag team. I was very happy.
I love it. Yeah.
I was very happy with the win here. That promo on Raw was very succotash. Like that segment between Lexi and Charlotte just seemed very like not natural, which was a very not feeling I've gotten from them so far with this whole friend not friend acquaintances by circumstances storyline thing. That I mean, again, you want a promo to you know, elevate and kind of explain and celebrate the tag team win, but of course too, the crowd was dead for this Raw. I swear to God, at least that came off to me watching Raw last night. And yeah, this promo got a little like awkward to me, where I'm like, this is not hitting right now.
Yeah,
the F word, the A word, like, all right,
yeah, you're painting my A word.
Like, I don't know. Yes, I think that they need to kind of progress it a bit. Yes.
I did like that Charlotte, she got the "You Deserve It" chance, and she made note of it. Of like, yeah, I
don't usually get these,
which again is that maybe a reason why you might just want to be elected. And I did like the character. I did like the character of Charlotte being Charlotte and being cold or whatever, but also in the same breath you're saying like, you know, oh wow, I am being cheered for the first time. And like, especially also with the spot, which I loved it. I think it was very reminiscent of Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns,
yes.
where Alexa was doing a Sister Abigail and Charlotte was in the corner, maybe was going to attack Alexa, ends up doing the big boot to Raquel to save Alexa to help them get the win. It was a great ending. And with that, you would think that then it was like, you know, at least give me like Charlotte being like, all right, maybe we are friends. We're not best friends. You know, you can still kind of build it.
Yes.
But I think you do need to like, I don't know. I don't know. And again, as someone, I'm kind of also saying all this is like someone who, like I said, I don't remember much of Raw because I couldn't wait to go to bed. But yeah, so I regardless though, I love that they have the titles. Get them defending it everywhere. SmackDown,
yes.
Raw, NXT, and it's a nice shake up for the Judgment Day to like lose the titles. And you know they kind of talked about that a little bit backstage and like, you know, whatever. But yeah, great decision, love it. We'll go on to Sami Zayn defeating Karrion Kross. Sami Zayn won. Babyface over heel. And wasn't the and I heard a lot in the crowd of people talked about this, like in the crowd, wasn't it supposed to be that like if Sami Zayn won, wasn't Karrion supposed to say like I was wrong? Wasn't that part of the stipulation?
No, it was only if Kross won, Sami would have to say Kross was right.
No, so had Kross won, Zayn would have to admit that Kross was right, that Zayn was not a good person. Since Zayn won, Kross had to admit he was wrong about Zayn. I didn't hear. I mean, maybe they'll do that on a episode of TV.
I think Karrion Kross is gone. I
wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think we're going to see him on WWE ever again.
I think
this might be it for him. I don't recall. I thought it was only one-sided. You know, Kross was right if Kross won. But yeah, okay. Well, I don't think we ever got that though. I don't think we got Kross getting on the mic saying.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't.
Sami was right.
Yeah, like they didn't do anything during the show of like, you know what, unless they did something verbally like in the ring that I didn't pick up on. But I
thought it was really silly. I thought like the fact that Scarlett gave the pipe to Sami, Sami said no, and then kicked his ass anyway. I thought it was the ultimate burial of Karrion Kross. And I feel sorry for all the hot cross buns out there, all the cross bosses. I think the writing's on the wall, pal. And I think Sami moved on to on Raw. I think Sami was kind of mid-promo, and then Rusev and Sheamus started to fight on top of him.
So we're doing Sami Rusev next week on Raw. Yeah.
Ooh, sign me up for that. I want Rusev to crush.
But yeah, didn't Karrion tweet out something too afterward?
He has a book coming out, and I know there's a lot of like reports on their contracts being up this week. And yeah, the way that loss came about to me just says, and then also I think post conference, the post show, like Triple H talked about like every match besides Zayn and Kross, which I thought was kind of.
Oh really?
Yeah,
because there's I guess there was a clip going around during the post show show. There were "We Want Kross" chants, especially when Triple H was there. Kross quote tweeted saying, "Unreal. They write the scripts, but the fans write the truth. Thank you, TikTok." I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like that tweet.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it.
Just say Kross was right.
I don't know if he was right. I don't know if he was right. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best for Kross. I didn't expect him to get the win here. To me, the writing on the wall was just like, yeah, Sami underdog, as he is in every single match, taking the win. I'm excited for Sami to move on.
We are sick of Sami stuff online. I'm not sure
Really?
That. Yeah.
So I've been seeing the same thing with Seth Rollins. People are like, Seth Rollins on TV sucks, and Seth Rollins, I'm over Seth Rollins. Like, I don't know. All right. But I don't know. I don't have much else to say about this. I am just kind of curious and gonna keep my eye on, news with Cross. If there's contract stuff coming up, or if he's gonna be out, or who knows. And the thing I always think about too with stuff like this is like a lot, and I'm sure, and it is not my place to say necessarily, but I'm sure all these guys want to get wins, right? All these guys want to be world champions and whatever. But I think a lot of times too is like, when you look at like a Finn Balor, for example, like a lot of times too, it is also just like a job, and they're like, Cross has been on TV, and I think a lot of times fans think that like just because like someone's not winning a world title or whatever, that these wrestlers are unsuccessful in their jobs. Where like Akira Tozawa has been on TV prominent for fucking years and has been a staple in a comedy fashion for fucking years, and will pull out a good match against like whatever he had that match against Gunther or whatever, or show it with like a cruiserweight. But like a lot of times, like I think success looks different to these actual, and not to get as I'm getting way too deep in the weeds of it, but I think like success for these actual wrestlers I think is very different than what success is to the audience. To the audience, success is main eventing and getting a world title, where I think for a lot, and I'm not speaking to everyone, again, I know I'm speaking pretty out of place as someone who doesn't know, but my guess is I think a lot of these wrestlers in real life are probably happy and feel successful getting on TV and putting guys over, and a lot of fans will look at a loss as something way more serious. Anyways, like I said, I think I
hear you saying,
I'm definitely talking out of my ass a little bit.
Brother, if I was a professional wrestler and they used me as local talent one time on Raw, right, I made it. I'm successful. I don't care what anyone says.
And like I've heard of like, big wins are like cherry on top. And like most people don't get to the mountaintop. Most wrestlers are just like mid-card guys that get some wins or they put people over and whatever. But a successful wrestling career to a wrestler, I think, is probably a very different thing than what a successful wrestling career looks to, a person. So my point with all this being is I'm holding my breath on the Karrion stuff a little bit because I'm just kind of curious where things go. I don't know, as Karrion Kross kind of tweets out stuff and does promos, I think a lot of that is in the Karrion Kross character. Sure. And he is kind of breaking the fourth wall and being real about it.
Yeah.
But who knows what is actually still him being outspoken as the person that wants more in his job, or who is someone who's playing into the internet discourse as the character, So like the only reason I'm saying that is because I don't think you're like, I think a lot of people on the internet are taking this Karrion Kross stuff so serious and to heart and almost personal. I think that's just kind of why that's kind of why I'm taking a step back to be like, oh, hey, everyone. I don't know if it might be that deep. It also might not be that deep. It's kind of just my whole point. I brought all that up not because I thought you were, not to combat you or like because I thought that you were coming from, but like it is just kind of interesting to see the Karrion discourse.
I ride for my cross bosses.
And yeah, I'll tell you what, people take Karrion Kross seriously. I am just looking forward to, you know what? I'm looking forward to people really continuing cheering for him when he goes and does something else. Because I know they're going to. I know people are going to keep the same energy wherever he goes.
Yeah.
And they're not going to, it's not going to be all just for the internet. And I know that's the case.
Hey, where's Ron Killens been?
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Oh, no pun intended. Truth. No, I didn't do that on purpose.
Wow,
didn't do that on purpose. All right. Tiffany Stratton defeated Jade Cargill. Shocking. What are we at? What are you at? What's happening? I can't imagine you're happy. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know the bit. Jade should have won. I don't know. I don't know. What? I'm getting me nervous. Yeah, I don't know what.
I was devastated by this, John. Clearly, I don't want to talk about it. It's been a rough few days.
I was shocked.
I was shocked too.
Yeah.
I was. I think I'm not mad at Tiffy because Tiffy is a bona fide megastar, and her list of accomplishments are just now rising and rising. She's like, I think 14-0 this year.
Wow,
which is
crazy.
Pretty cool thing to be. She even she's been posting on social media like, oh, I beat your your all-time legend in Trish Stratus. I've beaten your queen and Charlotte Flair. I've beaten all these people. Who's next type of thing.
It's a big resume.
It's a big resume. So shout out Tiffy Stratton. I thought of you during the live stream, and I think it's starting to become a fact. Best Swanton bomb, dude. She lands all of it, and she like rotates last second. I legit jump up every time, and it looks awesome.
And I don't like people's critique of that is like, oh no, she rotates too late. It's dangerous. That's what makes it fucking sick. That's what makes it fucking cool.
Right, absolutely.
Yes, it does look dangerous. Yes.
She's a beast.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I think during our predictions, I even said I had Jade. I did think Jade was winning, but I think I did say that Jade didn't seem ready. At the time of doing predictions, I was like, Jade didn't seem ready. Granted, during this match, Jade looked great. They both look great.
Should have went longer.
It should have went longer. But yeah, I retroactively, I guess I'm not as shocked. It's like, yeah, like Tiffany Stratton is on a tear. I am surprised they weren't just running with like the Jade as a monster, and Jade's gonna be like, well, I guess not undefeated technically, but
I posted, I'm like, this match is going to end in 10 seconds. And I truly believed it. I thought Jay was going to have a squash victory, crowning moment. No, we had a pretty good but short match, and Tiffy outclassed her and won. And it's a bit of a gimmick of mine being the president of the Jade Cargill fan club, and it's tough to see. Although, kind of like you said, retroactively looking back at this, if this was babyface first babyface, maybe this isn't the right time for Jade to win the title. I can see Jade being a dominant heel champion. This being kind of her first title potential win definitely could have been a bad thing for her. I think it could have maybe perhaps exposed her and made her sort of, as a babyface, started being disliked by the crowd of like, oh, do you actually deserve this? Like,
sure.
Are you actually, so I get it. It was a good match, but man, was I a bit deflated.
I don't blame you.
I was very deflated after this result.
Yeah, I would be shocked. I mean, Naomi still has a world title. There's a lot of story still to tell with Naomi, Bianca, and Jade. So I wouldn't be surprised maybe they, start shifting things around, and I don't know, maybe Jade appears on Raw for that Naomi title.
No, I need a change of attitude for Jade, and I need Jade and Tiffy to run this back. I don't think they're done.
I mean, I'm down for that too. Yeah. Down for that just as well. All right, we have a couple. All right, this is our last match, and then it'll probably be the show. I think we're closing in on 2 hours here. Tiffany, nope. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul defeat Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. I think that you had. Who'd you have?
I had Randy Orton. Okay, Jelly Roll.
I did too. I thought this was just gonna be like. Which it wasn't, but like I thought this was gonna be just like the celebrity match, the good guys get the win, and then whatever. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul pick up the dub. And I think, and I'm me saying this doesn't I'm guilty of this, of what I'm about to say. And the biggest sentiment was a lot of people were like, "That's pretty good."
Yeah,
that was good, it was good, and I'm guilty of. Sure, I'm still not going to say I cared about this match, but right. As a person that watches wrestling and can appreciate good wrestling for what it is, this match was fun. It was a lot better than it needed to be. I think it did blow expectations out of the water. We did know that, and I would kind of dog on Jelly Roll a little bit, but we did know that Jelly Roll's been training. He looked solid. I think he threw out some body slams. He went through the table, took the big Logan Paul turnbuckle to the announce table spot.
That was awesome.
That's crazy. That's fucking nuts. So yeah, big props to Jelly.
That moment kind of justified the match itself a little bit.
Yep.
The only thing I had issue with is within a long recovery for Jelly Roll to then eventually hulk up and get back into the match after taking that table spot.
He did end up popping the fuck up, which again I think a lot it might just be too like. He's not a pro wrestler. I think it takes a lot longer for someone to like learn how to really sell and play up an injury.
I think he didn't get up too fast or anything. I think
that's what you're saying.
He sold and looked like a broken dog for a while.
Okay.
But then after that, he did then get hulk up and then get back into the ring, into the match for that hot tag, and got, in my opinion, way too much actual offense on world-class athlete Drew McIntyre and world-class athlete Logan Paul.
Gotcha.
Then he got shot down and they lost the match, which, like, to me, made this even more respectable that this match even happened because, whoa, Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre desperately needed a win, and they got it over the celebrity who's not an actual wrestler. So all in all, I had a lot of fun.
Me too.
And I approve.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Like I even said it during our predictions. Like I was going into this like open to be wrong. I've said it multiple times. Like I like being proved wrong when it comes to this sort of stuff. I want to ultimately be entertained. I want to like things. And I can be critical going into it and whatever. And so I was gleefully proven wrong in terms of just like, or not proven wrong necessarily, but just like I was gleefully shocked and surprised that this was a half decent match. And
enjoyable.
I would say, it was enjoyable. And at that point, like I said, I didn't love night one. I would say, besides Punk Gunther, I think Punk Gunther was my favorite match of night one, but I liked the Jelly Roll match. I think Charlotte Alexa. It's between Charlotte and Alexa or Jelly Orton. That's like, that's up there for me for night one. We're gonna wrap this up with, I just want to hear your thoughts on SummerSlam as a whole. I want to hear your favorite match from each night and then your favorite match of the whole weekend. And it's kind of give me some overall thoughts. We'll close out the show. We'll head over to Patreon where I'm gonna kind of chat about my one. I want to hear about your birthday, and then two, I also like I said, we're gonna kind of talk about my venture into New Jersey. But so what do you think? Give me your thoughts.
All in all, SummerSlam very enjoyable. I'd say night one again. If it was by itself as a show, it was an okay show. As a beginning first part of a two-parter of a collective show, we're cooking. It was great. The main event was, I think, phenomenal. And then, of course, the surprise cash-in. I thought the Jelly Roll match was good. I think, personally, I would have put maybe one or two of the tag team matches on night two and switch up the stipulation.
Yeah, like maybe like having the steel cage match on night one.
Night two was stacked. You definitely did the right thing with streaming night one and then going to the goddamn show itself. So I approve there. I think night one, my favorite match was CM Punk Gunther, which actually not too far behind is the Jelly Roll Orton McIntyre match, surprisingly. I think Jade and Tiffany should have been longer. But night two cleared night one. And of course, night two's best match, I think, in contention for match of the year is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. That was
I agree.
Magic.
I was having conversations with people, and for different reasons, it was like we're kind of talking about what our favorite match of the weekend was, and everyone hesitated to say Cody Cena because it's like it seems like it's the basic pick. Not because it wasn't, because it was the best match of the weekend. But I think everyone kind of felt a little like, it's too obvious and boring to pick the main event of Cody and Cena, especially as maybe like content creators or as people that like watch wrestling. You want to maybe pick like the main event was great, but like I liked the mid card technical. You know what I mean?
I know Ball and Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn was just phenomenal.
Right. So it wasn't like in in a pretentious sort of way.
Sure.
But it was just like, and I was included where I was also thinking like the main event, but like what was like the better wrestling match or whatever. And then I think one of us or me kind of just like went like, does anything beat the main event? And we were kind of like, honestly, and that's kind of the conversation we had is like, we kind of were all hesitant to say it, but it was like, it sounds so basic of us. And, we're all content creators. So we're all trying to like, form our opinions and, whatever. And we all kind of went like, it was the best match. Yeah. It was the best match of the weekend. And it is, sometimes like the main event and the biggest match is also just the best. You know what I mean?
They let them cook. Let them cook. There was no interference. It's been so long since like the last, straight up WWE Championship title match where there is no, here's the run-in. This was just all-time great John Cena, all-time great Cody Rhodes, telling a story, making it happen. SummerSlam, baby. Let's go. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's a great SummerSlam. Sure, there's a night two and night one discussion. But yeah, my favorite match of the weekend, again, was Cody Cena. I absolutely loved it. And very, very grateful and blessed that I was there to attend it. And obviously, I'm very, I wouldn't have been able in a very whatever sort of way, I wouldn't have been able to pull that trigger without the type of job that I have. And that is all thanks to everyone watching, everyone listening. So I wouldn't be able to do any of that. if I had a regular, if I had to show up for work on Monday, or you know what I mean, like I pre-edited a video, like the video that came out on Monday, I had that edited on Friday, and you know what I mean. So, I'm very, very, very lucky to be in the situation or position that I was able to last minute buy a ticket, didn't have to worry about clocking in on Monday or whatever, and I was able to do it, and that's not lost on me. So I appreciate everyone for the support. I appreciate you helping me get there. Again, I appreciate everyone that said hi. If there's anyone watching this that made it this far that I saw or whatever, said hi to or took a picture with, please let me know, and love to hear from you. But yeah, what a time. I had the best time of my life in New Jersey. It's a night like so like Sunday as a whole, but even just talking about the wrestling event in general, it's an event and moment I'll never ever forget. Seeing that Cody CENA match live and everything was unreal. And then, but yeah, I'm going to get more into my travels and what have you in the Patreon. Folks, patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. Thank you for being here for, I think, what's hitting at, 2+ hours of the pod, something like that. Hopefully, the technical difficulties are fine. It seems like it's going to be okay. With that said, everyone, thank you as always. Jimmy, I don't want to just bulldoze the last word if you have anything else to leave off, but I'm ready to...
Cross was right.
I guess so. Folks, head over to Patreon. We'll see you over there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Peace. And it's very funny when that happens, like in a situation with other people around. Then everyone else around you is like, who the fuck are you? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How do your friends kind of think about this kind of new content endeavor? Unannounced.
Brother, that has to be Boston. Especially if he's not going to make the Boston trip in August. That has to be Boston. Saturday night's main event.
We were sitting on the stoop, so when we took like one of the pictures. We were sitting on the stoop.
That's what everyone's calling it, the stoop picture.
The stoop picture.
The stoop picture. It's taking over.